So where Damo at? That's why
Ox got that look on his face like you owe me some bread, and you told me you was gonna pay me last week.
I need to holler at Damo. Quick, fast, and in the hair.
Yeah, I might be able to relay a message. Is there anything that you need a specific?
Nah, man. Tell him to pull up. Man. I need to holler.
You
gonna put some respect on Jaylen Brown then.
Ox got that look on his face like, my man.
I'm just here to talk to Chill about the best small forward in the league.
Sure, let's do it. Absolutely.
And Mars, you can stop doing all that nonsense because we're gonna have to address it at some point. Because I'm tired of. Because Chill is the one. Chill is the one that needs to be addressed all here. Derek White.
Let's do it. What about Derek White?
Jaylen Brown.
Fellas, before we get into that, I just want to say
Holiday.
happy Friday. I just want to say happy Friday to everybody. Salute to everybody that's already in the show.
Friday.
Like the video. Shout out to all the members. Y'all already know we're gonna have an intense episode today. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Ron, you gonna be on some nonsense today or no? You gonna be on some nonsense today or no? I just want to know. I just want to know what kind of day it's gonna be. Just let me know what kind of day it's gonna be.
Hey, Swiper, you see, I look like I'm in paradise right now.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You look like you're headed towards the white light Harry Potter was headed towards when he saw Dumbledore in the train. That's what it looked like. It looked like you in one of them sections where you on the precipice of coming back or departing.
When he said, "Is this real or is it in my head?"
Right. That.
He said, "Just because it's in your head doesn't mean it's not real."
Ox,
like Dumbledore spinning right there. I said Dumbledore.
Oh my God, we not about to do this today, Mars. We not. hey, chill. We here to talk ball. We here to talk hoop. And they want to talk about a magic wand and a magic carpet.
These are this the goofy logic.
They don't have carpets in Harry Potter, by the way.
This ain't Aladdin.
I want some carpets.
Anyhow, yo.
By the way, they outlaw carpets in the Wizarding world at Hogwarts for a reason. They were too dangerous. They don't have carpets.
Well, I just want to let you guys know we're obviously going to talk about the Celtics and the Pacers.
Every time they say something crazy, crucial.
We got to talk about the All NBA teams. We never got into that, and it was some other things that was said that we got to talk about as well. But as you guys see, the title of the show, Jaylen Brown is the best second option in the league. I want y'all to talk to me about what you seen last night, what you seen from Jaylen Brown, what you seen from the Pacers, everything in general. Mars, I'm gonna start with you first, man. Talk to me. What happened last night?
Oh, okay. I mean, the unfortunate part is Halliburton's injury. I think we can start with hoping he's okay. I've seen it was a hamstring. He's been dealing with that all year. I don't want to say his series is over. I hope he can come back, but only if it makes sense, because hamstring injuries, that's not something you want to play on, and it can ruin a lot of things going forward. But I hope he's okay. But then about the game, I think first I want to give the Boston coaching staff some credit. I think throughout game 1 and game 2, I've seen a bunch of micro adjustments in general that I think if it was any other coach, I think they'd probably get given some credit, because it's Joe Mazzulla, we just ignore it. In terms of just how they defend the pick and roll, I think I could count maybe, and that's just me watching over the game 1 or 2 times, about 8 different coverages they've tried in the pick and roll already. From switching, the Celtics.
Okay.
From switching to pill switching to drop to a high hedge and like catch type thing. Like, they've tried a bunch of things in the pick and roll. Now, have they all worked? No. But I think just throwing a bunch of different looks at Indiana has kind of stifled them a lot. You can see they're turning the ball over at a very high rate, forcing guys that aren't really comfortable making a lot of decisions into making a lot of decisions. So I want to give Joe Mazzulla some credit for that. Also offensively, them being able to play at the pace they're playing at, I don't think Indiana was ready to deal with someone who's ready to match their intensity. And I think that starts with Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has been spectacular in this series. Absolutely spectacular. His ability to attack quick is like a nice contrast to Jason Tatum, who's a bit more, I'll call it methodical. But it's really just slower. But Jaylen Brown's ability to attack quick off the catch, a closeout in transition where we spoke about before, he's one of the best transition players in the league. All of those things is just keeping the Indiana defense backpedaling. And when you do that, it makes them hard for them to rotate. He's making good reads as a playmaker, which is something he hasn't really done in his career. All of those things, I think, are contributing to why I think he's been the best player in this series so far. And then going over to the Indiana side, Pascal Siakam is destroying them in the mid-range. Absolutely destroying them. So, similar to what he was doing against the Bucks early on in the series, there's just not really a matchup for him because they started with Jaylen Brown on him because they started with Al Horford on him after they had Jaylen Brown on him in game 1, and he can just finish. He can shoot over the top. He's bigger than Jaylen Brown. He gets deep in the post. He gets deep positioning, and he's confident. He's got very good touch within that 8 to 15 foot range where he just doesn't seem to miss. And then you get him at the free throw line. He's got counters. Like his offensive game has really grown from where it was a couple years ago. So I want to give Pascal Siakam a lot of credit. Ideally, he gets to the free throw line some more. But when you're making jumpers at the clip he's making, you kind of live with the results. But Mars, I don't think they have a chance.
Really quickly, Mars, I want you to keep going. But you and I had a conversation last night. I always thought Siakam was a 3 playing the 4. I always thought he was. I think they had him pegged as a stretch 4. But I guess I look at the 4 a little bit different. I always thought he was a small forward playing the 4 spot. But keep going.
A couple like the 2000s or the 90s, he'd probably be a 3. But now the way the game's going, he's definitely a 4. But
he's
Pascal,
or what the last?
He's been a 4. He was a 4. He was a 4 when they won the ring in Toronto. He's been a 4. He played the 5 in Toronto. Listed up. Yeah,
because like Jason Tatum is listed as a 4, but I don't think he's a 4.
Jason Tatum is a 4.
Yeah. Also, O'Shea Brissett, wonderful minutes, absolutely wonderful minutes. I really like what O'Shea Brissett brought to the table. I think he should play more in the series. I think I've said it before. Luke Cornett, it's not a series for him. It's fine that it's not a series for him. It's about matchups. I think O'Shea Brissett has earned some more minutes defensively. I loved his energy. I loved his tenacity. He's fighting for rebounds. He's getting in the lanes, playing tenacious defense. He's plugging gaps on drives. He's doing everything you could want from someone in their 12 to 15 minutes of playing time. But I don't like that Rick Carlisle gave up early in the 4th. Like, I know it was unlikely they would come back, but giving up that early, I'm not a huge fan of that. But I can understand one day off in between games. If you don't think you can come back, maybe you just throw in the towel, get more rest for everyone. But I just think it sets a bad precedent of just if you give up that early, personally. But I think the series is over. Respectfully as possible, I think the series is over. I think Boston are going to walk away with this series comfortably.
Pacers in 6?
No, I think it's Boston in 4 or 5. I think it's very, very, very comfortable. But I might be wrong. Maybe it'll be 2-2.
Bate has to be believable wrong. No, Halliburton's hurt. No, this might be over 4. This might be over 4.
Yeah, I think the series is over. I think Indiana have done a good job to get here. I'm not one of those ones who be like, oh, they played injured teams. Beat who's in front of you. They did their job. It's not their fault. Other guys got injured. Now Halliburton's injured. It's unfortunate. Injuries are part of the game. They beat who was in front of them. They've had one of the best offenses in the playoffs, if not the best. But I think they just ran into a better team, and now Hallie's hurt. I'm not going to harp on how bad he was defensively because, I mean, we've kind of spoke about it all season, but it's bad.
Yeah,
but,
10 points.
Let's focus on the positives, not the
negative. But the series is over in my humble estimation. But you guys can go on and talk about why Jason Tatum's a fraud now, if you want.
No, it's not fraud. I think again, I don't like is the conversation around Tatum. Tatum is a top 10 player, but people like Chill, that guy up in the corner, have put him in a conversation he just simply doesn't belong to. He hasn't earned Chill's respect to be in that category. For me, I'm looking at this. You know, my first thought was, Mars, watching this dumb game, how in the world did they get Derek White for a first-round pick and Josh Richardson? How did that happen? How did that happen? Chill, ticket. He's about to get like what? $100 million? 4 years? 25? Maybe more?
Yeah.
Maybe more? And he'd be deserving if he got a 4-year 120. None of us look at it funny.
I think they might have underpaid for him, to be honest with you.
And then they got Drew Holiday, Derek White, Kristoff, who's not playing right now, for nothing. And I'm over here looking at Derek White like, what does he do wrong? I mean, I'm legit watching this game. What doesn't he do well? Because he might not be a star, but in terms of shooter, pull-up shooter, playmaker, defender, can box out, can shot block, off ball, on ball. Like, he doesn't have like sporadic moments like on the court oftentimes you see from role players and stuff when they level up their game too much. He just does everything at a super high level. And yesterday, 23 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists, 4 of 8 from 3 from your fourth option. So for me, it's just like, I think he's incredible. I love Derek White. He's the one that I walk away from when I watch the Celtics. Like, yeah, he's not the best player. He's not better than Jaylen. He's been better than Tatum in terms of like over the course of the playoff, but I think that's also due to Tatum's gravity. But I think Derek's been incredible. I think Tatum's been incredible. I think all of them have done what they're supposed to do collectively as an identity. But I just
Swiper. You said fourth option.
Or third, whichever we're gonna put Drew.
Well, I'm saying though, it's some nights where I believe he could be their first option. Not necessarily like they're going to him, like they like spread the floor out. We're giving it to Derek
That's
White.
what the first option is, Ron. That's what the first option is.
Their best player.
Which is what the first option is, Ron.
Not necessarily. On that night, he's their best player.
Which is what the first option is.
If Derek White goes 7 for 9 threes, he'll lead the Celtics in scoring.
That doesn't make him their first option, though. When I said first option, I meant he's playing like their best. On any given night, he could be their best player, and that's what I'm saying. Makes him.
Let's say it like this: if this is what last year everybody looked at Bruce Brown, if Bruce Brown was here, it was like a 6 starter, and he could start.
Of course,
this is and he was great. What do you say, Ox?
You trying to make this about them, man? Why don't y'all like Jaylen Brown? What did he do to y'all?
No. We're gonna get to it.
I'm talking about one player. What are we asking about?
I spoke about Jaylen Brown.
We're definitely gonna get to him.
You're just talking about one player at a time.
18 months ago, he was the best player on that goddamn team, and y'all want to do this every day.
Wait, you said he was the best player how long ago?
3-4 years ago don't matter.
He's been saying it since they were in the finals in 2020.
No, I've never made that claim.
He's not an All-NBA player?
No.
Yeah,
he's not All-NBA.
He's All-NBA.
Clearly not, because it's position.
No.
Oh no, we're gonna talk about Ignacio Garcia. Don't worry, we'll talk about it.
He is an All-NBA
player. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay.
Shout out to Ignacio.
Shout out to your alias, yeah.
I was able to smoke him out, Mars. That's what I was able to. We didn't know who he was. I was able to smoke him out.
Shout out to him for being the only one to have the nuts to really stand up for the uncool kids. You know what I'm saying? Because there wasn't nothing wrong with him voting for him for All NBA first team. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't nothing wrong with that. But people don't like it just because he plays for Sacramento. That's all. Because he balled out all season.
Who are you talking about?
Ignacio. I'm talking about Ignacio.
You talking about DeMontis?
Ignacio.
That was a terrible pick, though. No, that's a dumb pick.
I didn't bring that up. I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't give the damn DeMontis on this. He's not in the playoffs. He's in Cancun. He's a bum. I'm talking about Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm talking about Jaylen Brown. Why do y'all hate Jaylen Brown?
Who hated on him today?
Anybody didn't come up here to show him some love. If you didn't wake up today to praise Jaylen Brown, then you're a hater.
Absolutely,
we just talked about Derek White just to start off.
100%. We're gonna get to him because you don't go off the way he did yesterday and not talk about him.
Yeah, 14 to 27 from the field.
Yeah,
14
you
a plus 18.
You don't talk about him, but I want to bring up a point that Mars made a couple of days ago. So Mars, if we're in a coaching meeting and you remember that plan you talked about of Jason Tatum at the 5 and going small ball, okay, let's get rid of that. That's not going to work. Okay, with that, let's crumble that up and let's get rid of that. And the reason why we're going to get rid of that is because now we've seen what we look like rebounding the basketball with Jason Tatum at the 5. We are not very good. Even when we gang rebound, we're not very good. So let's scrap that. Now we probably have to go to something different, like Brissett, getting him more minutes. I'd like to actually dig deeper into the bench and see if we can get K to some minutes. I'd like to do that. I don't think they're going to do that, but I'd like to dig into the bench and get K to some minutes. What I watched last night was one of the best transition players in the game in Jaylen Brown. I watched a real confident player. I watched a guy who looked like he was prepared to get it on with any and everybody. None of you dudes can stand in front of me. None of you dudes can stop me. I can get whatever I want, whenever I want. We forget that Indiana had one of the worst, not only overall defenses in the game, they were one of the worst rebounding teams in the league last year. So you could basically get whatever you want against them, particularly in transition. I think that they were at the bottom of the league in transition defense. Jaylen Brown coming down in transition, you talk about how weak that left hand was. There wasn't a lot of extracurricular nonsense with him last night. It was get to his spot, it was get to the rim, and it was score. He took advantage of switches when they had guys like TJ McConnell on him, which I love that, where he would just take him into the middle of the paint and just bump him and get him off of him and get to the rim and score on him whenever he felt like it. I thought he was fantastic at that. I still don't like the idea of Al Horford on the floor for extended minutes in this series. And the reason why I feel like that is because how much they hunt him. I forgot how good Pascal Siakam was. I did, to be honest with you, I did. I forgot how good he was. I forgot how good he was in the mid-range. I forgot how good he was as a transition player. And just particularly in the mid-range, when they run that pick and roll, and it's a short roll with him where he gets isolated, whether it's Jaylen Brown or Al Horford, when he gets one of those guys on him, he can knock that shot down all night long, which is what he did. And I thought that I just forgot about how good he was. With all of that being said, I'm watching Jason Tatum last night, and I'm giving Naismith credit, but I'm thinking to myself, you shouldn't be able to be taken out of the game that easily. I understand that Naismith is a physical defender. I understand that the pickup point is a lot higher. I understand that he's been on Jason Tatum a lot more and he's bodying him, but you shouldn't be able to be taken out of the game that simply. What I mean when I say that is when he misses a wide open three, a 2-dribble pull-up to the free throw line to knock a shot down. He had 2 opportunities to do that. And 2 opportunities that he had to do that just to see the ball go in the hole. Now that can get me a rhythm. But instead, I find him watching a lot. I find him watching, even with the Celtics just getting 1 pass and 1 shot, even with the Celtics getting action. I find him watching a lot. I'm thinking to myself, why aren't you more in the action? It can't just be because Naismith is physical. You put on 25 pounds of muscle. So it's not like a guy is just going to rough you up. That's not going to happen. And Naismith is not 6'8" or 6'9". He's 6'4". He's 6'4". So how was he able to take you out of the action? Now, Jason Tatum did ultimately get it going in the second half. I can appreciate him getting more in the mid-range. I did like that. But with that being said, I want to see him more engaged early and often. And I like the fact that he took a step back and let Jaylen Brown get busy. That's to be honest with you, I don't think you guys recognize when players get busy and they let other players get busy. I don't think you guys.
You're trying to give Jason Tatum credit for Jaylen Brown's doing.
Ox, you hear that?
Oh,
you hear that? We gotta take a step to the side so we can let him get busy. We gotta take a step to the side so we can let him get busy.
Drew Holiday being the great point guard that he is. Being the great point guard that Drew Holiday is, the best player I've ever stepped on the hardwood with. Drew Holiday is looking Jason Tatum off to get Jaylen Brown the ball because he got a brain in his head. Tell you, how you gonna give Jason Tatum credit for Jaylen Brown's work here? I'm not going for that shit today.
Hold on. Ox, hold on. Let me clear out so you can get the screen by yourself. Go ahead. Ox.
I'm telling you, I ain't going for that today, Chitchat. All right. How you trying to keep Jason Tatum? He had nothing to do with it. He was playing like a bum, and Jaylen Brown did what he does when JT does that. He got busy. It didn't have nothing to do with Jason Tatum.
So if he steps off the floor, does Jaylen Brown continue to
get busy? Yes, they've done it all year. They've done that all year.
All year? No, they haven't. No, they haven't. That's not true.
Chill. You're a stat head. You're a stat head. Do you know how good they were with Jason Tatum off the court all season? Yeah.
How good?
They were great.
How good were they?
They were great. They were great. They were like a plus 8 with no. They were like a plus.
How about that?
They were plus 10.
How much better were they?
They were a plus 10 with Tatum on. I'm telling you the numbers right now.
I don't want to hear that.
You gotta stop yelling at me. You gotta stop yelling at me, Chill. You better stop yelling at me, Chill. I know that much. You better lower your tone.
You this dude under me. I'm sick of lower your tone. I'm tired of you guys with this.
Who's yelling at Ox? I know you're yelling at me like this.
I'm yelling at both of you guys.
No, you ain't.
I'm sick of you.
You will be boxed up.
Didn't he lead the league in plus minus this year? Didn't he lead the league in plus minus this year?
No, he didn't. Where
was he in plus minus?
Derek White did.
So he didn't even. So Derek White led the league in plus minus.
He led them. He led. So among all players, Derek White did. But Tatum, among MVP players, I think he might have been third. I think behind Jokic in SGA. But I can't remember what the exact number was.
The idea that a guy can very well just let you get busy. And you took that all the way wrong, Ox. Because what I could do is I could just keep taking the ball and I could just keep shooting. And I can take you out of your rhythm. I can do that. But instead, I see that my shot isn't going.
When have they played like that, though?
They always, wait. If I'm not mistaken, do they not shoot the long ball the way that they shoot the long ball?
No, but I'm saying, when has the Celtics this year played to the point where, like, they're just, like, why would Tatum not that kind of person?
That's not the point. That's not the point, Swipe. But the point is that as a scorer, I could very well do that. If you got it going, I could go, well, I'm going to get involved in this, and I could throw a monkey wrench in what we doing. I'm not going to do that. Jaylen Brown had it going. So if Jaylen Brown got it going and I don't have it going, you keep going. I'm not going to slow that down by whether getting in foul trouble or shooting bad shots. Keep you going. Let you keep going. As opposed to you just going, yo, all right, I want to get involved in it too. No, I don't want to do that.
That's not the way they play, though. They don't have. They're not going to be a heavy ISO team over the course of the game. Tatum has done that, but Tatum also did that at different spots this year, and that's what I'm saying. It's not like we haven't seen them do that. If Jaylen is cooking, Tatum has always had the personality of like, well, just keep giving him the ball. But the same thing with Derek and Drew. He's always been like that. But that's also not what he didn't do well yesterday. That's cool. But what Ox was bringing up is the fact that until that fourth quarter. Nothing. Nothing to be seen.
I feel like he got.
That's all he said.
And I won't argue that. No, he got busy yesterday. And the fact that Nate Smith took him out of the game the way he took him out of the game early, I didn't like that. And I felt like he could have gotten some better shots. Sure, he was passing the ball. Sure, he rebounded. Yeah, that's not a question. But it's also important that you get involved in the game because you make them so much more lethal when you are involved in the game as a scorer. You make them much better when you are. Now, his shot selection wasn't good yesterday. Him standing behind the long ball line when he could take 2 dribbles and knock down a shot and get going and then stretch it out to the long ball line. Nah, he wasn't doing that.
But chill, you hold him to best power, like small forward in the world conversation. That's my pushback. Is that stuff you just brought up? You're not going to see LeBron do that. Like when he's like, you're just not seeing that. Even Kevin Durant.
Swiper, we've seen James take bad shots.
Last year when he had hurt foot. I'm saying this year he didn't, but this year he predominantly did not do that though because he was healthy for most of the year. And in the playoffs, he was great. He was great the whole playoffs, like the whole.
Chill. In the conference finals, you're never going to see this out of LeBron, ever. I'm sorry, we're never going to see him go 0 for and a half.
I'm talking about post 2011. No, post 2011.
Even then.
Nah, he was floating.
I'm saying even then, Bron's going to have an impact on the game some way, shape, or form.
16 points a game is not an impact. Respect.
But here's my thing, though. We don't need to compare LeBron and Jason Tatum because we know that's 2 different stratospheres. But I'm talking about guys like Kevin Durant, even Jimmy Butler. Those guys, they're going to put their thumbprint on the game in some way, shape, or form. It was just unfortunate to see that at Jason Tatum. I don't want to come up here and try to. I don't want to try to bash him because I'm more.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like, and it's fine because we didn't do
this. No, people are pushing back to your point though.
We didn't do this in game 1.
I'm on your side.
We're pushing back to you. We're pushing back to you,
and that's fine. I have no problem with it. But we didn't do this in game 1 when he got busy. We didn't do this throughout. We didn't do this throughout the course of the playoffs when he was doing other stuff.
First round, he wasn't good in the first round. We did this in the first round.
He wasn't good at scoring the basketball. That's
his best asset. He sucked at.
So his best asset. So
he's not a primary scorer.
I'd like to think that. I'd like to think that the other stuff he does really well too.
So this sounds like the Anthony Edwards Game 7 take. That's what I'm hearing. Is all the other things he did well besides the thing he's supposed to be best at.
We see great players all the time who, because they don't score the basketball, they still affect the game in other ways, and they are completely not taken out of the game. We see that all the time with great players. We've seen it with Bryant. We've seen it with Olajuwon. We've seen it with Shaq. We've seen it with Jordan. We've seen
those are all top 10 all-time great players. None of those players are Jason Tatum. By the way.
I'm talking about relative to today's game. We're talking about one of the best players in the game. That's what I'm talking about. We've seen great players affect the game in other ways, even when they're not
he don't belong in. Chill.
And what conversations are those, Swiper? What
you have put him in top 5 best small forward in the world conversation.
You only go, and the reason why I do that is I do that because I go off of what you've done leading up to this and what you continuously do. You only go on what you're doing right now. That's not how basketball works. That's not.
You can't tell me.
That's not the way basketball works. Absolutely not.
You can't say to me in February when I met you.
With the Denver Nuggets losing in the semifinals this year, I'm not going in the next year going, well, Joker isn't the best player on the planet because the Dallas Mavericks or the Boston Celtics.
But Joker didn't. But the issue is we're talking about their individual play. I'm saying to you, as good as Tatum is, he has not met the standard you set for him. I'm cool with acknowledging the Boston Celtics are the best team in basketball, have the best, most well-rounded team in basketball. And I think the fact that having White, Drew, Tatum, Brown, and when Kristaps comes back, and then including Peyton Pritchard even yesterday, they have a well-rounded roster. And that allows for Tatum to be able to not be the level of player you think he is. And that way they're still able to win. That's not slander. That's Tatum in contact with the rest of his team. That's it. That's why I point to Jaylen Brown or Derek White or Jrue Holiday, because Derek White takes a lot of pressure off Tatum too, because that's his job. But Derek White is also like an extraordinary high-level role player. His ability to shot make, to play defense, to be a connected passer, all that stuff is like bar none. There's nobody else like him in the league at the money that he's getting. And my whole thing is that they collectively played super well yesterday as a team. But Tatum is not playing at the level of somebody you have put him at. That's it. That's all I'm saying. So I talked to you about this because I know Mars don't like talking about this and all this other stuff. I get it. I don't even like doing this on a platform because I really, truly don't dislike Tatum. But I think when you compare him to the other small forwards in the game, you're just not seeing this. That's all I'm saying.
Would it have something to do with how, one, the Boston offense is constructed? I think that you want him to be more like Kevin Durant. You want him to be more like LeBron James. Because when I think about the best small forward in the league, I think about a guy who does a multitude of things. Because you're a bucket getter and that's all you do, that does not make you the best player in the league at your position. Nah, you got to do other stuff. And I feel like Jason Tatum within this offense, which by the way is an equal opportunity offense. They don't run a lot of ISO stuff. They run a lot of catch and go. They run a lot of stuff where guys on the wings just get the ball and shoot the basketball. They don't run a lot of isolation stuff for just one guy. They get a lot of stuff for a bunch of different people. They run ISOs for Jaylen Brown. They run ISOs for Derek White. They run a lot of different actions for a lot of different people. So it's not just one guy like what Kevin Durant was when he was in Oklahoma City, or like what LeBron James was when he was in Cleveland, or when he was with the Miami Heat. They run a lot of different. They don't run a lot of different actions for those guys. So when I think about Jason Tatum as a small forward,
but everything you just said though, if you can't say that, like even LeBron this year. You're still, all that stuff is cool, but LeBron is still a better pull-up shooter this year, a better scorer this year. He's better at, obviously a better playmaker this year. And when he's locked in and engaged, he's a good defender. So that's what I'm saying. Even in the playoff, what you saw from LeBron level compared to what you see from Tatum, regardless of who's on the team, because that wouldn't affect LeBron's ability to be elite, is what I'm saying. You're saying that's affecting his ability to be as good as he could be possibly. What I'm saying is that his skill set isn't the same. So we've seen what?
Well, because I've seen him be better. That's why. And now he's playing with better players, and it seems that it's affected his game in a different way. So,
but last year, Tatum he was more efficient as a shooter. He scored 30 points a game. That happened. Right. But Tatum's less efficient this year as a scorer. And he's worse. He's a worse scorer this year. So I'm saying is, go ahead.
Keep going. I'm listening to you.
So even when I hear that, like when I hear Gil and them talk about that, like, well, he's sacrificing for the team. It's like, no, like he's worse. He's a worse player this year than he was last year. But a lot of that is not just his team, it's him individually. So I think for some of this is like, if you weren't the one pushing that propaganda, I wouldn't even have brought this up. So again, I'm directly talking to you. So I'm apologizing for anybody else that's like, feel like this wasting time or whatever. I'm just saying to you that I just cannot put him in a conversation you want him to be. But this is why, for me, I'm acknowledging Jaylen Brown. I'm acknowledging Derek White. I'm acknowledging the fact that Jrue Holiday, they have been stupendous this season. They have been excellent. And again, having your fourth option be Derek White for me is also what makes this like so big, man. Like they've just been incredible. So shout out to them. The Celtics are going to make the finals. They might win the finals. And like, I know, Mar said, we're not taking away from injuries and stuff like that. I get it. I really do. You got to play who's in front of you. But they haven't, they've not been pushed at all. So maybe when they get to the finals, they'll be pushed. But like, this has been like a walkthrough. This has been a breeze. This has been this has just been like, we're just kind of here. We're just kind of coasting. They haven't even had to sweat this playoffs yet. And they've been playing at the advantage in every game and every series so far. And they're that good. But I wish that the other teams were able to push them to a degree where we can see some of the stuff out of Tatum that you want them to see, like he did Game 6 last year in the fourth quarter. Or like he did Game 7 last year versus the 76ers when he had 51 points. But they just haven't gotten it yet.
Ticket. We're 30 minutes in. I haven't heard a peep from you yet. Is it something that you would like to talk about pertaining this game or pertaining to conversation that's been going on?
It's 30 minutes of monkey crap, man. To me, it's crazy because when you look over this whole situation, they have had a cakewalk, but it's not because teams haven't challenged them. It's because teams have quit. Guys have gotten hurt. You had a situation last series where Cleveland could have made it a series. Donovan Mitchell quits. The big man refuses to take a pain injection to play. Teammates was mad at him, but Donovan Mitchell was upset with the coach. Now the coach Bernard Bickerstaff gets fired. JB Bickerstaff, gets fired over Spidey Mitchell. Some of those players is absolute baloney. Which I'm hearing, this is why he didn't play the last 2 games of the series and make a point. Jared Allen didn't play the whole playoffs. So, I mean, yeah, they've had a cakewalk, but they've also, it's been injuries that have helped them walk there. From Miami not having Jimmy to the second series, missing their key player the last 2 games when they could have turned that series around, to this series, Holly getting hurt again with the injury, but that's not even that. In this series alone, to me, the biggest thing was the series was lost in game 1. And Mars started to scratch on the surface. And I want to ask you a question, Mars. I need you to look this up real quick. How many years has Rick Carlisle coached in the NBA? I think it's over 20 years he's been coaching the NBA.
I think his first head coach job ticket was with Indiana. I think that was his first.
Yeah, I'm certain it's over 20 years. I think he started in 02. 02 was
I think that was his first head coach job.
Right. So he's living off 1 championship with Dirk Nowitzki. And he's been able to get a grace for all of the foolishness he's been able to not control over the years. And the mistakes that he have made along the way. You saw the mistakes that was cleaned up when Larry Brown went over there and took over the Detroit Pistons from what Rick Carlisle couldn't do. And then now let's look at this, right? I want y'all to think about something. I looked this up today. So Rick Carlisle's coaching record in the playoffs is 71-77 is his career coaching record in the playoffs. Game 1, he lost this series because of bad coaching decisions and nobody called him out. He did not yank the point guard Tyrese Halliburton when he was playing erratic, doing foolishness down the stretch of that game when he should have yanked Halliburton, who lost him the game. Then he didn't foul, which what you're supposed to always do, like JJ Rhetoric said on TV. You're supposed to always foul when you're up 3 and the team can only beat you with a 3. You're supposed to immediately foul and make that a free throw game instead of let them hit shots after the series before.
That's culture 101. That's culture 101.
Chris Middleton hit 3 threes in regulation, overtime, and double overtime to make you go to triple overtime to have to win that game by luck. That was a bad coaching decision. You didn't foul him either one of those times. He made all those threes, and then Jaylen Brown makes an improbable 3 because your coaching caused the play to go wrong. If this was Doc Rivers, and I looked up Doc Rivers' his coaching record since everybody gets mad at him in the playoffs. Doc Rivers is 113 and 108 for his career. He's a winning record for his career. Rick Carlisle has a losing record as coach over 20 years in the playoffs. These dudes don't get no smoke.
Ticket, keep going. Keep going. Rewind. Don't leave out the fact that he didn't call timeout to advance the ball.
Yeah, right. But
Don't leave that out. Keep going.
But this is my point when I say stuff like they say I push narratives about Doc and stuff like this. But this is my point. These other coaches don't get the same smoke. And I really don't like to blame the coaches, but in game 1, when Tyrese Halliburton dribbling off his foot, doing wild shit, when he came down and you're on a break and pulls up for 3, thank God he got fouled on that 3. That was a stupid shot. You're on a 2-on-1 break. You're going to pull up for 3 in a big game like that? I'd have yanked his ass then. The fact that he left him out there, then he's all wild and erratic, dribbling off his foot and all this stuff. Rick Carlisle has blown this series from game 1. He blew the series. If they would have won game 1, his whole series is different. He blew the series from game 1. Then Mars touched on it last night when he gave up the game with 9 minutes left to go, just quit in a playoff game. You just quit. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever, bro. Like I said before, this right here is when it's on coaching. That was clear coaching decision to not foul with that game on the line in game 1. That set the tone for Jaylen Brown to do what he's doing now and give him the confidence. Because once he makes that shot, now his confidence is sky high for the rest of this series, and it's all 100% to blame. It's on the coach. You have to be able to read the situation. When your point guard is playing erratic, turn the ball over, ain't doing what he's supposed to do in the offense, sit his ass down. That's what you got TJ McConnell for. That's why you have a backup point guard to settle you down.
And Nick too.
Yeah,
Ticket question for you. Ticket. Do you risk? All right, so Tyrese Halliburton, this is your lead guard. This is your best ball handler. This is your lead guard. He ends up turning the basketball over. Do you risk losing him if you yank him?
Multiple times though. No, you gotta sit him down. This is not about your feelings. This is about we in the Eastern Conference Finals trying to get to the championship, bro. So we in the Eastern Conference Finals, bro. You can't those type of mistakes. That dude made multiple turnovers in the fourth quarter down the stretch. Stupid, ill-advised turnovers, non-forced errors. The way he's turned the ball over, dribbling off his foot, Just a little bit of pressure. He doing dumb stuff. And like I said, the stupidest play I've ever seen, and if I was his teammate, I would have choked the life out of his ass, was when he went down there and pulled up that 3 on the break. He was so lucky he got fouled on that. Because that was a 2-on-1 break. You take that to the rack, and then how you read however the defender's going to play you, whether you go finish or you dish it off. But he shot that 3 and got fouled. He got lucky on that one. But every decision he made down the stretch was horrible, and Rick Carlisle sat right there and let it ride. Rick Carlisle lost this game. Rick Carlisle has lost this series. Rick Carlisle deserves 100% of the blame, in my estimation, because every big mistake you can make as a coach, he made in this series. And I don't even like to blame the coach. But in this situation, bro, that was ill-advised. And then you had a chance to win, and you don't foul Jaylen Brown. You play. All they need to do is have a 3 to beat you in the game 1. And you don't play them to run them off the line. You're playing for it, too. You're playing like, oh, yeah, they're going to backdoor us to get it, too. No. Everything's supposed to be switched, Chilltown. Everything in that possession.
I'm not arguing that. Nope.
And guys, you're supposed to be pressing up on guys, and as soon as he catches the ball, before he can even get the ball up, it's an automatic foul. But what are you doing? You're trying to stay through and fight through screens. And it's just idiocy, bro. But the media, nobody goes in on him. But all these dudes will talk down and disrespect Doc Rivers, bro, and that's the part I don't like. Rick Carlisle has lost this series, and people need to call it out for what it is. He lost in game 1, and then he doubled down on game 2, and now the series is over. Halliburton ain't coming back. He had that hamstring injury. He done for the series. Y'all know that. So at the end of the day, like I said before, man, I don't even think they win the game now, and it's all because of Rick Carlisle, bro.
He's out, and if Halliburton's out, this series is over. 100% is over. And to win,
it's over regardless.
You think he's out, Swiper?
No, he's been dealing with that same injury since January, and I know he had these like moments where he would peak back up, but he's not been the same player ever since. So no, he's done. I mean, even if he plays, what are you going to get from him? 8, 4, and 8 again?
Right. So
no, it's over.
And with that being said, the psychological advantage you have on the Celtics if you go in there and win game 1, because I felt like that was their game to get. Of all the games that they were going to get, I felt like that was their game to get. The Celtics have been off for like 6-7 days or something like that, and for them to come in there and beat them in that game, now that gives them a psychological advantage that we can get in this. We are in this series now, as opposed to spitting it out the way you did and giving them that game. And now here we are in game 2. Getting blown out. Halliburton gets hurt. Now you're in a real bind.
They might be better without Halliburton. They might be better with TJ.
No, they're not.
Nah, but he don't get. But this thing, he don't get no smoke. He don't. This is my problem, right? Do Doc Rivers deserve some blame for some of the mistakes? Yes, I'm not saying that. Do he deserve the blame to the level he's gotten it? No, because you've seen those same teams he's with and those same players he has fail under numerous different coaches. They failed the same way. So when you fail the same way under multiple different coaches, it's just like a chick. When you go from dude to dude to dude, and every relationship has failed, you the problem. Not the dude, you the problem. The same thing if you a dude. If you can't never keep a chick, you the problem. You understand what I'm saying? So my whole thing is that when you look at a situation like this, okay, we looking at Rick Carlisle, who made humongous mistakes to cause this series. Bro, and as a coach, you can't be thinking about Tyrese Halliburton's feelings in game 1. You have to be thinking about what's best for my team. I got to settle this thing down and get it right. When he went and pulled up for the 3 on the break, even though he made the free throws, you should have been going crazy on him for making such a dumb play down the stretch of that game. There's no way you don't get that game home, Chilltown. That was horrific, bro. He got no smoke for that, bro. He got
he gave.
But who was gonna say? Yeah, I think some people said something about it. But
yeah, he gave.
Bro, listen.
He came in. He actually took the blame after game 1. He came in.
I ain't talking about him taking the blame. No.
He came in and said that. Yo, this game is on me. He came in and said that.
I'm not talking about him taking the blame. I'm talking about the media and everybody else, all the talking heads.
But they did. But it was brought up the next day, though.
No, but you're not listening. It's not to the same smoke, and I just showed you something. His record in the playoffs, everybody keeps saying Doc Rivers losing 3-2 leads. What's better, losing a 3-2 lead or always getting your ass kicked and get swept and not winning a game?
But see, that's Doc Rivers, though. He's not a top 15 coach.
No, but that's what I'm saying to you, though. No. Look, I want you to understand what I'm saying, right? He pretty much has done the same thing Doc has done. Won 1 championship in around a 20-year or more span of coaching, right? Doc has a Doc has a winning record as the head coach in the playoff. You know how hard that is to do when you haven't won over 1 championship? have a winning record in the playoffs, that means you won a lot of damn games.
Why is this going back to Doc Rivers though?
Because I want to show the hypocrisy in how we judge and grade dudes. The same way y'all didn't give Jokic the same smoke as a leader, a 3-time MVP, that you guys have given other dudes who have not came through, who have been all-time greats, like LeBron James, 4-time MVP. So all I'm saying is to whom much is given, much is required. If we're going to get that same type of smoke to Doc and say, oh, well, he lost all those 3-2 leads. Well, let's go look at Rick Carlisle. Just because he didn't lose 3-2 leads, just because he was getting his ass kicked, a lot of those series don't make it no difference. If you lose the level
Doc Rivers has had, don't take it.
No. I'm saying, but chill. No, listen what I'm saying. I'm saying if you lose it, chill. If you lose a series, you lose a series. If you lose a game, you lose the game. Right?
Is it that now, black and white ticket? Come on now.
Listen what I'm saying though, bro. Listen what I'm saying.
My goodness.
I'm saying if you're Rick Carlisle and you're always going out in 4 or 5 games, you either get swept or you're going to Chilltown. What would you rather have? You rather get swept or you rather be up 3-2 and then lose in 7?
But had he gotten swept consistently by Rick Carlisle? I'm trying to remember. When was the last time he was swept?
Playoff resume. Look at his playoff resume.
When was the last time he was swept?
I'm saying he's gone out a lot of times in 4 and 5 games.
But you brought up sweep, so I'm trying to. When's the last time he was swept? Because I can't remember.
No, I'm saying, bro. Listen. Go back to Dallas.
They got swept by the Thunder the year after they won a ring.
Yeah, that's 2012. But I'm trying to figure out like
the only one I remember.
Because they didn't get swept in the Western Conference Finals to Warriors, and then now the Celtics are the superior team by a great bit. So yeah, he did fumble.
I don't agree with that. Hold on.
If we're talking about getting swept, I don't know if you remember this, Wiper, but the reason why he didn't last in Detroit was because of exactly what Ticket just talked about. He didn't get swept by the Nets once. They got swept twice in consecutive.
Where was this?
2001 and in
man, bro, that was you know how you were in again. That was fade chill at that point in time. I get that. Like I understand that was and then he lost the job. But he was also out of coaching for a bit too. Like it wasn't like he just went straight into like
20 years. He coached over 20 years.
I know, but I'm saying like it wasn't like his resume.
He actually took the Indiana job the very next season.
Right.
So I'm saying but he wasn't consistently regarded as a top NBA coach over that period. People knew who he was. No, I don't know. No, sir. No, he was not. And then even he got fired from Dallas because they said he wasn't getting along with Luka in the first place.
He quit from Dallas. Hold on. He didn't get fired. He quit. So let's see. So you're wrong on that too.
But it was because of the Luka stuff. It was a lot of stuff that tied into that though.
Right. Hold on. It was because, and guess what? Luka's right back in the conference finals without him 2 times.
Once.
Excuse me. He's back in the conference finals without him.
Twice. Jason Kidd was that coach. Jason Kidd was the head coach in both of them.
So you're wrong.
But what does that got to? I'm trying to understand. What's that got to do with Rick Carlisle and getting swept? That hasn't happened since 2012.
It shows you that they can still make the moves without him being the coach over there. Listen, and that happened multiple times where a team won a championship the year after he left. So when he left Detroit, Larry Brown comes in, they win the chip. Right? All right. I'm not saying that he's always been considered as one of the. Hold on, but listen what I'm saying. In the last decade, he's been considered as like one of the top 10 coaches in the league.
Who?
Rick Carlisle.
In the last decade overall?
In the last 15 years, Rick Carlisle has been considered. Rick Carlisle has been considered a top 10 coach in the league. Matter of fact,
have there been 10 consistent coaches in the last 15 years?
That's up there. In the last 15 years, he's been regarded as the top 10 coach out of all the coaches that coach in the league in the top 15 years. And you can go from.
I don't think people had him as consensus top 10 this year at all.
No. I'm talking about. Listen, in the last 15 years, I'm gonna use the last 15 years. Most people would tell you that Rick Carlisle is considered a top 10 coach out of all the coaches in the last 15
That would be 08. That would be from 08-09 up until now.
That's my point. That's my point. So then when you look at all the other,
I don't even know how to measure that though. Like, are we including Mike Brown's years? Like, are we including Malone now?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm talking about any.
At the beginning of the season, when we ranked coaches, we had Rick Carlisle at 22nd.
That's y'all. That ain't who the consensus. Hold on. Hold on, Ron. That's not who the consensus was worldwide.
I don't know of anyone I know that's a consensus top 10 coach.
Hold on. Watch this. Watch what I'm about to do to Swiper right now. Name me 10 coaches that was better than Rick Carlisle in the last 15 years.
That's what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying. So like, are we going off 1 year? How long do they have to have the job for?
Hold on. Let me say this again. in the last 15 years, out of all the coaches that coach, right?
Yep.
If we had to sit here and rank the top 10 coaches in the last 15 years, you gonna tell me Rick Carlisle ain't in that top 10?
So
I got
even when I'm
D'Antoni
looking
over
at
Rick
this
Carlisle.
right now,
You got who?
As you should.
Quinn.
I got Mike D'Antoni over Rick Carlisle.
Mike knows D'Antoni? Man, come on.
So
As
just
you
I'm just even looking at preseason.
Bro,
so
that's hate.
so
Hold on,
the
that's
name.
hate,
So
though.
hold on. Ticket. Eric Spoelstra, Popovich, Malone, Udoka, Kerr, Nurse, Mike Brown,
Nurse ain't
Ty
better.
Lue.
Nurse ain't better. Nurse is not better.
I'm not taking time.
The last 15, no. The last 15 years,
Ty Lue?
Rick Carlisle won a chip. Rick Carlisle
Quinn
won a
Snyder?
chip, and he went to the conference finals. Nick Nurse, only thing Nick Nurse did was win a chip with Kawhi. Other than that, he's been getting his ass beat.
Wait, so are we talking about how good they are as coaches, or if they've won a championship? Like, I'm saying, listen what I'm saying. I want you.
That does matter.
Y'all try to confuse
Winning matters. Winning does matter.
In the last 15 years in the NBA, if we were to rank and say who are the top,
I'm trying to go through the names.
Right, but hold on. I'm stopped you when you said Nick Nurse, because Nick Nurse doesn't have a better resume than
But he's considered a better coach than Rick Carlisle is today.
He is not. No,
yes, he is.
Hold on, Mars. Do you think Nick Nurse is a better coach than Rick Carlisle?
I think he clears, but I don't know what your argument is right now. Are we arguing who's had more success in the playoffs or who's the better coach?
Okay. Only on here is Barney and Friends, where you got to do sing along for people to understand common goddamn sense, man. It's crazy, man.
No, I'm asking. The reason
Carlisle.
I'm confused is because I've just heard you for 15 minutes talk about why Carlisle should get the same treatment as Doc Rivers, which I'm fine with. And by the way, I called him out after game one. You weren't here on Wednesday, but I did speak about Rick Carlisle after game one. I'm with you. So you spent all of that time talking about Rick Carlisle, but now you're saying Rick Carlisle is better than a guy like Nick Nurse, and now I'm confused. Is Rick Carlisle good or is he not good?
No, I'm saying he's supposed to get criticized.
Let me finish this list.
I'm saying he's supposed to get criticized for what is going on right now, the same way as the other top 10 coaches in the last 15. Rick Carlisle.
So no,
Wait,
I don't think he's top 10. So I guess that's
I'm just going the last 15 years. This is just people I know
what Ticket's talking about. Ticket says that he should get the same smoke that other
sure. That's cool. So Eric Spoelstra, Popovich, Malone, Udoka, Kerr, Nurse, Brown, Lue, Snyder, Bill Jackson in the last 15 years.
Stop 1 second. I want to stop right there because see that's where you cap it. Mike Malone is not over him in the last 15 years. First of all, hold on, let me address that right now. First of all, Rick Carlisle had a way tougher run to win a championship when he was coaching.
That's not what we're talking about. You said you didn't say championship.
Wait. I'm not. Can I explain myself?
Keep going, Ticket. Keep going.
I don't know if Rick Carlisle's good or not.
So hold on. Mike Malone did not have a better run championship-wise than what Rick Carlisle did.
That's not what we're arguing, though.
Can I finish?
You're going all over the place. You said championships don't matter because he had one championship.
My man.
Malone has 6 straight playoff runs. That's the most in the Western Conference. That doesn't matter.
If I can answer a question without you cutting me off in 1 second.
I didn't even answer a question.
Please.
Go ahead.
No. I'm answering what you just said about Mike Malone. I don't have Mike Malone over Rick Carlisle because of this. Let me explain. Rick Carlisle, for one, had a better run to the championship than what Mike Malone did. Rick Carlisle went through Kobe coming out the championships. He went through KD and Russ, LeBron and them in the finals, and whoever else.
That was 2011, right?
Listen.
Yes.
Come on, my man.
But he got swept the next year.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro.
Wait. Are you supporting Rick Carlisle?
Can I finish? Hold on, my man. Can I finish?
He's trying to show that Rick Carlisle is a good coach, so he can then talk about why Rick Carlisle needs more smoke.
I'm trying to show that Rick Carlisle. Hold on. So if we take that, both of them went to the conference finals as well. Mike Malone went against the Lakers in the bubble. Rick Carlisle is back in the conference finals right now. So that X's out the conference finals. So now I look at wait, let me finish, bro. Can I finish, bro? Can I finish?
Keep going, Ticket. Keep going, Ticket. Keep going, Ticket.
Bro, he's a troll, man. He's on
How am I trolling? The Pacers making the conference finals this year. I don't understand how what you just said. He deserves more blame. They played nothing but, to you in your logic, they played nothing but injured rosters on the way. But you're giving him credit for making the conference finals.
I'm about to tell you. Hold on. If you let me say one sentence, I will explain. The Nuggets, people discount that they went to the conference finals because they went in the bubble. So I exit out with the way that Indiana went to the conference finals this year with the injuries. Okay, that exits out. So now we go to the championship year, where you guys beat 8th and 7th seeds. Rick Carlisle went through the gauntlet without the MVP of the league that year. He went through the gauntlet and won the championship. He went through KD and Russ. He went through a LeBron James super team in the finals. He went through Kobe and Powell coming off the 3 finals appearances straight. And then he beat, I forgot who else they beat that year, Chilltown. They beat some other team with another superstar that year as well. They went through the gauntlet. So that run wasn't even comparable to what Mike Malone did with Jokic. And like Mike Malone said, he probably would have been fired if it was any other organization other than the Nuggets. So in that span with Rick Carlisle, he missed the playoffs one or two times, but he still was consistently in the playoffs competing. So all I'm saying is that I'm judging him as if he's a top 10 coach in the last 15 or 20 years in the league. He should be able to get the same amount of smoke that
Can we finish
Doc
the list?
Rivers absorbed. Hold on. That Doc Rivers absorbed.
He's not over Doc Rivers either.
Hold on. Let me finish one thing. People like to use the excuse that Doc Rivers lost 3-2 leads. That's why I asked Chilltown, which is better to you? Not winning 8 games at all and getting swept, or losing in 5?
Fellas.
Hold on, Raj. Can we just finish this?
No, swipe.
No, because he's just going to keep disagreeing. Ticket thinks
no, but Ron, hold on. He said, Ron,
15
years, Ron. Phil Jackson, chill. Put your fingers up. Chill. Phil Jackson.
How many years?
Quinn Snyder.
15 years.
Ty Lue.
In the last
Mike Brown,
years, how many years
Nick Nurse, Steve Kerr, Ime Udoka, not Michael Malone. I'll say Michael Malone. Coach Pop. You say you don't have
Ime Udoka? You're putting Ime Udoka over him. He ain't even win a chip.
You don't think Ime?
See, I told you, like, why do
Bob, this is the hate I'm talking about, bro.
We're moving on, y'all. Ticket. We agree with you though. Rick Carlisle deserves all the smoke for all his past blunders and what he's doing right now.
I'm talking about right now. Right now. From game 1, this all I'm saying, and she'll tell you, I'm telling the truth, and Bob, you too. If Doc Rivers would have blown that game like that and hit the 3, bro, that would have been all. That would have all you've been heard about. Today, all playoff long. That's the only thing you would have heard about Chilltown is Doc Rivers blew the series because he didn't foul. We didn't hear. The media did not get the same smoke to Rick Carlisle.
I'm mad that you just now started this campaign ticket. Rick Carlisle Rick Carlisle been deserving this smoke though.
But Doc Rivers lost up 3-2 to the Hawks and then proceeded to lose 3-2 to the Celtics. There's a difference even in the last couple years. They were the favorites.
The reason why
versus the Hawks.
The reason why Doc Rivers would have got that kind of smoke is because of his track record in the past. Now,
since 2020, Ticket, they were 3-1 with the Clippers, 3-2 versus the Hawks, 3-2 versus the 76ers, or versus the Celtics. That's since 2020.
And I believe, and don't get me wrong, I agree with Ticket that these players need to take some more. These players definitely need to take a lot more blame than they do. 100% that they do. It wasn't all Doc Rivers, but the fact that he attached to that. If he had something like this go on where he's in the Boston Garden in a playoff game in the Eastern Conference Championship and they're up and they end up losing off the strip to something that he did, he's definitely going to get way more heat just off of his track record.
Does anybody think that Rick Carlisle's in the Doc Rivers conversation all time with coaches?
Okay, Chilltown. I'm gonna do it to y'all. Just
yes.
I'm about to, hold on.
I don't think either of them are that good. So
we got to move on. We got to move.
I know we got. Whenever it's time for me to cook, we got to move on. Go ahead.
I got to shout out Players Choice merch. Scan this QR code. Go visit www.playerschoicemerch.com. Grab you something nice: a hoodie, a crew neck, a shirt, a hat. Whatever else might be over there that you might like. Salute to everybody that's here. Make sure you slap that like button. If you haven't, become a member. If you have, I'm going to give you a shout out. If you haven't become a member, become a member so I can give you a shout out.
Ron.
Me and Chill the same color.
Do me a solid, bro. Do me a solid, bro.
Me and Chill the same color.
Bro. Do me a solid, bro. Because y'all know, Ron, you know it be 1-on-6 plus the chat every day. Do me one solid. So, y'all talk about passes, right? So, Rick Carlisle with the Pistons.
Bro, we're done with Rick Carlisle. We're done with it. Ticket. Nah, bro, we're done with it. We're done with it.
That's how y'all do over here, I see. Go ahead.
Shout out to Playback.tv. We got NBA X coming on next. We got Open Gym coming on next. And we got later tonight. You already know we watching the Wolves and the Mavs later tonight. Y'all be sure to pull up. It's a star-studded day on Playback. Jump in there, stay in there. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and jump into some of these super chats. And then we got to talk about these all-NBA teams. That's what I'm eager to get into because there was some good things and there was some bad
things. You don't
things.
want to get into what I'm saying, but you want to get into something that don't nobody give a damn about. You don't want to get into truth to what I'm saying. You want to move on.
Nobody wants to talk about Rick Carlisle.
Ron gave you a 7-minute ISO the other day and took everyone off the screen. Ron got called out publicly for what he did.
Rick Carlisle for 23 minutes.
Nah, Ron.
We're talking about Rick Carlisle.
Ron, is this why you always capitulate the ticket because he bullies you, Ron? Ron, blink if you need help. Ron, blink if you need help. Blink if you need help.
All right, so shout out to the members. Swiping ridiculous. Hey, Troy, the king of NY. I didn't know Troy was the king of NY. I thought Dub was, but I guess it's Troy.
New Jersey.
Troy.
NY,
I mean, if you New Jersey, NY, same thing.
The same thing, yeah.
I ain't want to say that, but
I know people that have a problem saying it.
Well, hey, Troy, the king of New Jersey.
Can you turn that elevated light down, please? It's really hard to see you, bro.
Nah.
Is there a way you can change that?
Hey, Swiper, I'm levitating right now.
You're levitating?
Donzo the Mystic also became a member today. Shout out to Donzo. And lo and behold, as fate would have it, the biggest Mars Glazer also became a member today. Shout out to Mars, man. I didn't know you had Glazers, man, but hey, Mars is like that. Mars like that.
Become a man.
All right, y'all. One of one sent through a super chat and said, salute to the panel. What's up, fellas? For those that keep up with WNBA, are y'all excited to see Cardoso's debut next weekend? And what do y'all think her impact looks like this season? Camila Cardoso.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. I think she's going to be a dog. I'm excited for them, man. I think the WNBA is heading in a great place. Forget all the nonsense everybody talking about with the hating on certain groups of women and all sort of stuff. I'm not gonna do all that. The league is more talented than it's ever been. So I'm mad excited. I think she's gonna be a dog.
I'm excited to obviously see her team up with.
Watch your mouth, Hawks. Watch your mouth.
I'm not gonna watch my mouth. I don't know about ever been. I think from the years of 2000 to 98 to 2005, the WNBA was crazy. That's
a Lisa Leslie boost. I understand
Lisa
that.
Leslie boost. What about Tisha Pinachera?
I was just about to say that. You think Tisha Pinachera was better than Tisha Pinachera in today's game? You look at the league guards going on in today's game. Tisha Pinachera, as good as she is, and I want you to take your Sacramento Kings hat off. I want you to look at Tisha Pinachera. She was nice. I won't argue that. But if you look at the league guards in the game today, it's Tisha Pinachera. How does she match up with those guards today?
Just the same. Like, what do you mean? Like, you look at Vandersloot. Look at Tisha Pinachera. Tisha clears. Look at Cynthia Cooper. Come on, ain't none of these girls hang with Cynthia Cooper.
Hey, bro, you didn't have to use Courtney Vandersloot. You could have used any other point guard in the WNBA.
I wanted to use one of the really good ones, Ron. That's why I used Vandersloot. I respect why I used Vandersloot. But come on.
I think Jewel ought to bust Cynthia Cooper ass.
Oh well,
but that's just me.
Well, I mean, but hold on. With that being said, Cynthia giving them all back.
Oh, she's giving her work. No question about that.
Everything Drew always gives Cynthia give it right back to her. Don't get me started on Cheryl Swoops.
Oh, I'm a big fan. I had a pair of Cheryl Swoops. I rocked Cheryl Swoops. So
that's so. Let's leave Chelsea Gray out. That's the point, guys.
Anyway.
Back to the original super chat, though. I'm excited to see Cardoso. Also, I'm excited to see her team up with Angel Reese. Obviously, they both were drafted in the first round, two big-time players. But shout out to the Chicago Sky because they beat the New York Liberty last night, gave them their first L, and Angel Reese looked damn good last night. So
you know what I'm excited about, Ron? I'm excited that my number one male groupie has left the building.
Who? Henry?
Shout out to
You see who ain't up here on the screen.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I think Cardozo's gonna be one of the better defenders. Like,
put that back on the screen, Ron. Put it back on the screen. What you just had on there, Ron. Put it right back on the screen. Do not take that off the screen. Put it back up there. Do it right now, Ron.
All right.
Do it.
DSG Piccolo said, "Can someone explain why Rick Carlisle basically threw in the towel with like 9 minutes left in the fourth?" Ticket, do you have an explanation for that?
Bro, I've been told y'all this. Go back and look at the man's record. Go back and look how many playoff series he lost. Look how many playoff series he had leads in and lost. So since y'all want to talk, go back and look. I'm just being honest with y'all, man. Didn't the man lose like his first 4, 5, 6 playoff series as a head coach, Showdown? Nobody got to talk about that.
As a head coach in Detroit, I know he got swept out the playoffs twice in a row.
He lost in 5 one year, and he got swept the next year.
It was some circumstances. It was some circumstances in Indiana where, I mean, they lost in 6. They lost in a dogfight in the East Finals, and then the next year we had the Malice in the Palace. That threw a monkey wrench in everything. Then he gets to Dallas in 08-09, and they end up winning the championship 2 years later. After that, he don't get out of the first round of the playoffs for 10 years.
And how many of those playoffs was he up 1-0 or 2-0 or 1-0 in those playoff leads? I would like to know how many leads he lost in the playoffs in his career. All I'm saying is I want the same energy for everybody, man. Same energy we got for Jokic.
Same coaches before. Same coaches before.
Same energy we got for Jokic. Same energy that you have for all these other greats, LeBron James, all these people. When you start winning 3 MVPs and doing all this stuff, you got to get it.
What else did you want to say? What else do you want there to be said about Joker, though? I feel like people have been bashing him for years, though. If anything,
no. I just want people to keep it. Like, for example, Ron knows that we'll get on Holly, and Ron holds Holly to an expectation.
But Ron's a fan.
A couple guys.
He's a super fan.
But that's what I'm saying. If Holly can get a lot of the flack that he's been getting after game 1 that he got for the way he played down the stretch, right, along with Rick Carlisle, bro. We can, all these other top players in the league, we can't be afraid to criticize them when they don't come through and get it done.
Well, like
Swiper, is that fair? What are you talking about? When you reach a certain level, there's a level of expectation.
But I'm trying to figure. But I guess for me, I'm trying to figure out which superstar doesn't get that in this era, except for because the only one that doesn't get it for me,
Joker.
No, because literally we had years leading up to this where people were saying he was the worst MVP in 40 years. So and even this year, even remember last year,
but we think it's Joker.
Well, even last year,
Joker for MVP though. They voted for him 3
times. No. Remember, in 22, he was the worst back-to-back MVP. It's right there with Steve Nash. Last year, before the finals, he beat he's getting all this other stuff. And they said he wasn't a top 5 player. March 23, they said he wasn't a top 5 player.
But my point to you, Swiper, is
he'll never win a championship.
Won the votes. No, I'm saying, but he won the votes. Like, even though people were saying that, some people.
But that's because the basketball was different than the narrative. The basketball, he was one of those players. The narrative was that he was not.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Some of those same people were the ones who voted for him. Like the same people.
Not the same people. It wasn't the same people.
The people who were in the media are the ones that voting for the MVP. Stephen A. Smith.
But it's not. But it's not the same. But Stephen A. never voted for Jokic to win the MVP. He never did
vote for Jokic.
He voted in 2021. In 2021 he voted because he played 72 games and Embiid played 51 games that year. And then remember, Steph got 3rd that year, and Steph was in the play-in. So that was the only year. The next it's been Embiid ever since though. And then this year Stephen A. voted for SGA. So ESPN has not traditionally been a Jokic-led front like Mike Greenberg and them have, but it's mostly been SGA, Jaylen Brunson, Joel Embiid. There's just a different type of basketball.
Let me ask you one quick question, Swiper. Do you think that JB Bickerstaff should have been blamed for the series?
No. For what? What should we fire for? For what? For what?
Why isn't it? Okay, so
last year, he's getting blamed for last year for this year.
Yeah, but no. But my question is, why isn't there an outrage about that?
There are some people, but I don't think people are locked into coaching as much. Ticket. I don't think people are as educated on what a coach is actually doing. That's going to affect them from being a good coach to a bad coach, or why they deserve to lose. Because most fans are going to complain about rotations and timeouts. That's what Lakers fans typically complain about. But I'm saying that's stuff you can see immediately. But he ran an elevator screen and ran an inside curl or whatever, and then it didn't. Blah blah blah. They're not going to tell you the nuances of second quarter. They try to get into Spain pick and roll. They didn't empty out the empty side properly or whatever. They're not going to get into that kind of nuance. I just don't think people are as tapped in to coaching. Now, even at the NFL ticket, Like, can people really, like, outside of, like, people didn't like Bill Belichick because he hired a D coordinator to be an offensive coordinator, but they can't sit there and tell you scheme adjustments, like what they actually did that's not working, what Nathaniel Hackett did with the Jets that didn't allow for Zach Wilson to perform at a high enough level. Like, that's just not, when a quarterback's not processing stuff correctly, they're not going to the film and saying, boom, 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 boom. That's just not the way it worked. I think in large part, Spo, for instance, I feel like you can see it, a lot of what he does, and you can feel it. But even the Heat fans, they could complain about Spo because they don't feel like he gives the young boys enough leverage, enough time. They don't feel like he does enough to allow for offensive adjustment to be made over the course of a game or the course of a season. There's a lot of different things. So even at the top, those coaches get criticized for a lot of stuff. Popovich, I think Popovich is the top 4 coach in the league. He doesn't get respect like that anymore because they're losing.
Right, but I criticized him for how he's been handling. Mars know that, how he's been handling the young fella over there this season and that whole team. My whole point is this, though, bro. I just want the criticism as you get to levels to be even, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like I said, like I don't think that, like I think that.
Come on,
when I looked at Mars, it was, but it was something that Mars said yesterday that ticked me off, and it was funny because everybody tried to demonize me yesterday when we was talking about the Anthony Edwards situation and how they was using like, oh, he looked tired as an excuse. But then you listen to, I said what I said. Everybody thought I was crazy. But then you go listen to all the other NBA players who came on after our show on TV saying the same thing I said. It's ridiculous that we even talking about tired as being any kind of word associated with Anthony Edwards. But I get demonized for saying stuff like that. I get demonized for trying to hold these cats to a standard that I think they should be held to. I think Kawhi Leonard should be criticized even more. I think all the players that are missing playoff games, bro, guys never miss. Chilltown knows this. Less sports, less technology, less science. Guys wasn't missing playoff games. Chilltown noticed it was a sin for dudes to miss playoff games in our era. A sin. Now, guys missing playoff games like it's regular season games. I never heard of that before. And people giving them a pass. Straight up.
But I think, but you at the same time are the same person that also said that, like, if you are injured and you're playing, then we expect you to play well. Like Jamal was injured this whole playoff run, and you can tell, because you're still held to a certain standard. If we grew up watching all those guys we saw, man, Magic, Isaiah, all these dudes, they were hurt in the playoffs. Damn near everybody was banged up and hurt. Them dudes was playing at high levels, though. You know why? Because they were used to playing through pain. They were used to playing through situations. Now, we have programmed people's minds to where, they can't tolerate pain no more. They want to sit down. Anytime it's any kind of injury, anything small, we want to sit down. Like Jared Allen, he wouldn't be able to survive on any team if he wouldn't take that pain shot and go play. He refused to take a pain injection to go play a game. Come on, man. It's the playoffs. Your team is fighting to try to win a championship, and you quit like that. He wouldn't be able to survive.
Yeah, you gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself, you know.
But Ticket, I think the whole thing with player criticism, the reason why I think it's just a different era, like, because I think just namely, like Anthony Edwards, he's the favorite. He's one of people's favorite players. Like one of my colleagues in the Denver media put out that he now had 20 points in 4 of the last 6 playoff games. No, but you would never hear that. Like, that's not ever going to be brought up in large part because I think people like Ant because of his aura, because of his personality, because of the way he played, the way he dunks, like talking trash and all that stuff. There are just certain players that always. Kevin Durant was like that for years. Ticket. We didn't say nothing about KD. We didn't say anything because we didn't actually think he was good as LeBron. But you had people that said he was good as LeBron. But Ticket, remember, there were that whole period from basically like from the end of 15-16 when they won championship. He got criticized for joining Golden State. But basically from the end of that 15-16 when they were up 3-1 all the way through, I would say even 2022, he never received real slander.
What about
real slander?
What about him actually getting slander in Oklahoma City and then retracting it and going, "We're sorry we said that about you."
Right.
They would never do that in New York. They would never do that anywhere else.
Right.
But I mean, what it sounded to me like, it sounded to me like that good-looking chick. Like, she ain't really that smart, but she's dope to look at. It. We completely just forget about like the goofy stuff that she says. That's kind of what's going on with like guys like Anthony Edwards right now. Like, we completely forget that we holding this guy to a standard, but because he looks so good, his game is just so flashy, and we completely forget about how there are times when he disappears. There's times when he's inefficient.
You one of them ones that did that for Game 7.
I wasn't.
Yes, you did. You literally said he played a great game.
I did not say he played a great game. What I said was, no, I did not say he played a great game. That's not true. I said that.
I gotta get back to these super chats.
He did some of the other stuff great. I'm sorry, as you were saying.
Darren Foss
tell us what's up.
Problem with Swiper's takes on Tatum is he ignores context and is purposefully being disingenuous about Tatum's situation. He's playing with 5 other All-Stars, and his impact isn't just scoring.
Well, he's not playing with 5 other All-Stars. That's just not true. So let's kill that line.
Well, they said old boys should be an All-Star this year.
Derek White.
Then,
in front of who?
Who
comes off the All-Star team for Derek White?
He almost made it. He got votes.
Drew Holiday's made the All-Star team. That's 2.
Last year.
Jaylen Brown's an All-Star. That's 3.
Yes, he is. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? And then Al Horford
with the Wizards could have been an All-Star.
Kristaps made. I mean, not Kristaps. Al Horford made the All-Star team like 8 years ago.
But here's why I agree with Swiper on bro. You give Jason Tatum way too much credit. And I'm gonna tell you something. Jason Tatum got lucky that Indiana folk. Bro, I was getting ready to erupt on his ass after game 1. They say, bro, his ass was spared in game 1. He was thoroughly spared because he literally choked down the stretch of that game. And then you will come and praise him because he made that last 3 and made that little and 1. But right before then, he's lucky that Indiana choked that game. And then all throughout his career, Chill, name me one player in the history of the National Basketball Association that from day 1 they had a championship level roster, except for Jason Tatum.
Magic Johnson.
Every single year, championship level roster. Every year.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah,
right. And come on. He got 5 chips, right?
Yeah.
And how many times he went to the finals?
9 times.
That Jason Tatum been in the league. This will be his 7th year, right?
Yeah. Yes, 7.
And that dude been in the finals 1 time, and he's had a top 4 team in the league every single year since day 1.
This is 5th.
But again, I think that's the thing. He's closer to Carmelo than he is Magic, though. I just don't. That's my issue with Ticket. That's not Ticket. Chill. That's my issue with Chill. Like he's closer to what Melo was than Magic, and so I think that needs to be context. Like that's just what he is as a player.
With that being said,
ain't Charles Barkley get drafted to the Sixers with Moses Malone and Dr. J?
They were old.
They were older. That was
winning damn near 60 games, but they were old, right?
Yeah, they were old.
I guess
1984.
I'm saying every year. No, I'm saying every single year since Tatum came in the league, bro. From year 1, he was in the conference finals. Every single year.
Why does Ben do this? You take it.
Yeah,
you need to
year
put a,
1,
you
Charles
need to put a
Barkley
report
was
on
in the
Ben.
conference finals.
And Mars, check this out, Mars. If the coach somehow doesn't win a championship this year, that's going to be his 3rd coach that got fired.
You think Missoula getting fired?
Not this
if he
year.
don't win a chip. Hold on. If Missoula don't win a chip, first of all, they're going to take into analysis that he had an easy run. He had a cakewalk through the East with injuries. And if he gets dogged out in the finals, yes, he gets fired, bro. They're not gonna run that back with him, bro. He's going to get fired. That's why he be looking like this all the time. Because he smelled what the Rock is cooking.
They just won 60 plus games. He's not getting
bro,
fired.
listen, in Chilltown, you shouldn't be surprised. Bro, look how they firing coaches now. They firing coaches with 3-4 year deals, 5-year deals. They don't care. They just fired the Phoenix Suns coach, and that man got a 5-year deal.
Mars, what did I hit you with yesterday? You and Ox, what did I hit you with yesterday? The Pistons talking about eating $60 million.
Oh yeah.
The Pistons are talking about eating $60 million and getting off of Monty Williams.
I seen that like this morning.
They talking about eating $60 million and getting off of Monty Williams.
Well, that's because he was giving too many minutes to Killian Hayes. So
I was like, what? I'm in the Matrix. I got to be in the Matrix.
Thompson as a spot.
Yeah, I have to be in the Matrix. So.
Criminal.
Anyway, Ron.
I mean, I'm not mad at that though. It's money. It's money. We not.
I'm not paying.
I'm not gonna sit around with a dude that almost lost 30 straight games. You take that 60 million and go home. Bye. We good.
It's not how you run a business, Ox. No.
See, that's the problem with you. Because now I'm not no Fortune 500 CEO or nothing. But I know one thing: if I'm just hemorrhaging seasons, I'm gonna cut my losses. I'm gonna cut my losses right now, and we're gonna lose that money. And we're gonna bounce back. But if we
never should have gave Monty that contract anyway.
Are we gonna sit around like this for 5 seasons? Like,
he didn't want.
They own what? 6 more seasons or 5 more seasons?
4. I think 4.
4.
I think for Monty Williams.
I'm not for Monty.
Monty Williams didn't.
6. Yeah, he's on a 7-year deal.
Look at what he's working with. Who else would have did what? Ime Udoka's
What
gonna
he's
go over
working
there and turn
with?
that around.
I'm confident. Yeah, I'm confident. I watch more Detroit games than everyone. He was terrible, bro.
But okay,
win, lose or draw, he was terrible.
I don't care about the record.
Be that as it may, who does better with that crew?
Like I said, I don't care about the record. They could have won 10 games with a different coach. What he was doing, putting out on that basketball court, was criminal. I don't care. Like I'm gonna make it clear. The record is not why he was terrible. As someone who there's gonna be Detroit fans in the chat. I feel bad for you. As someone who watched quite a bit of Detroit, it's not about the record. It's about what he was doing. Playing Killian Hayes as much as he was playing him, putting Asar Thompson in the corner and using him as a spot-up shooter, allowing Jaylen Duren to be the worst defensive big I've ever seen. So many things he was doing that was criminal. And then he realized Asar Thompson isn't a spot. Sure, not playing James. Sure.
Got that.
Taking Ivy out the lineup.
And then it's, I bringing Ivy off the bench. Asar Thompson couldn't be a spot-up shooter, so instead of putting him in better spots, we're just not going to play him no more because we can't figure it out. Those things, it's criminal. He's a criminal. He just stole money.
Mark, I get that. So what I'm trying to say is, let's say it's not $60 million. Let's say it's a reasonable contract. Let's say he's one of the more underpaid coaches. Do you fire him after one season?
Yes.
So he's gone. He should be gone.
He performs like the worst coach in the league. That's how bad it was.
All right.
And if you're trying to be better, you don't keep that around just because you paid him.
They broke a record, Ron, and it wasn't a good one.
Toronto threw a monkey wrench in the whole thing. That was Toronto threw a monkey wrench in the whole thing. We was looking at 40 straight losses.
40. No, chill. I think we got to 42 that we did on chill.
We was looking at 40 straight.
Come on.
Looking at the schedule. Toronto threw a monkey wrench in the whole thing.
I don't care if we go win 100 mil. You know what I'm saying? Like Detroit's already in a bad enough place as it is, man. Let's as a team, as a franchise. I'm not talking about the city. Shout out Detroit. But I'm saying, as a franchise, though, we can't sit around here doing that, bro. You gotta go. I would have got him up out of here mid-season. Take your money and go, Monty. Bye, Monty.
L Detroit, L Monty, L James B. All right, y'all.
L James B.
Let me go ahead and throw this on the screen. As you know, this is the 2023-24 All-NBA first team. You got Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, and Jason Tatum. Fellas, talk to me about this. How are we feeling about this?
If Embiid is even sniffing 65 games, we would have had an all-international. That would have been the first. I think the first all-international. Huh?
He's American.
Who? No, stop. It would have been the first all-international, first team All-NBA, I think. So
he's going to be on the same team as Jason Tatum in the summer, but I mean, I guess it's cool.
So was Olajuwon. He still was from.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question. Would Ant-Man have been first team over?
No, not even close. Not even close. No, not even close. No.
Yeah,
Jalen Brunson would be the one who's.
Hold on, but he's saying. Let me ask you this, Swiper. You saying not even close, but I want to put it in. But let me put it into perspective because I disagree with you.
No.
I think you want to let me say what I got to say.
Go ahead, check it.
So I think first of all, Ant-Man's a better defender than Jason Tatum.
Oh my God.
I believe that. Yes, I do. I think Ant-Man's a better defender than Jason Tatum. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hold on. I don't care what y'all say. I believe that. I believe Ant-Man's a better defender than Jason Tatum.
Is the Earth round ticket?
No, bro, listen. Let me finish saying what I'm saying. Secondly, I trust Ant-Man more than I trust Jason Tatum. Just as a basketball player. Hold on.
To do what? In the clutch?
Hold on. Let me finish, bro. To lead his team. So here's what I'm saying right here, right? I just think period-wise, because if you guys look at everybody, they were ready to make Ant-Man the face of the league over Tatum, and Tatum's the one that got 60 wins because he got all these props around him, bro. All those years in Boston, he's had all these props around him. Ant-Man literally went with Cat, and they built that entire team up based off of his play and then young guys coming up playing better like Jaden McDaniels and all these other dudes. Those other dudes that was around Jason Tatum's had defensive player of the years. Like
what does Ant have this year?
Marcus Smart.
The other year, they got rid of him. Now you got all defensive player and the point guard, Drew Holiday. You know what I'm saying?
I swear I'm hearing him describe the Timberwolves right now. I'm hearing him describe the Wolves.
Hold on. I'm giving you all the props he had though over the years.
Just talk about this season.
No, Swiper. Stick with. Here's why, Swiper. Here's why, Swiper. Here's why. Keep going, Ticket. Keep going.
So let's talk about the build-up. So then he had Kyrie on that team, right? And what happened with that? We saw, bro. Listen, that was Kyrie was more in his prime.
Why are we talking about this for first team All NBA in 2024?
Let me finish though.
Are we serious?
So he's my whole point is this, bro. I don't think Jason Tatum is as good as we billing him to be. I think he's a great player, but I don't think when I look at him, if you told me I had to pick between him and Ant-Man, I'm taking Ant-Man over him.
Okay, we're talking about this season. Based on the
82 game regular season.
I'm talking about
which is how the All-Pro team is comprised.
I'm talking about right now. I'm taking Ant-Man over Jason Tatum. I think he has the intangibles Tatum don't have.
Here we go.
For one, I trust him more in the clutch than I do Jason Tatum.
They were both terrible in the clutch, by the way.
I said him.
Ant was horrible in the clutch in the regular season.
Look it up, Mars. I said him.
Go ahead, look it up.
So
I look it up. You're gonna say the stats are hating. I don't know
what. This is their regular season. This is just head to head. I'm not. Again, this is not the end all be all. Everyone. So don't stat man. Yeah, that's me. This is their head to head. Tatum literally washed in the regular season. Regular season was the more impactful player and the better all around player, and he also won 60. How many games? 60 what games? Still 4 games.
You taking Tatum over Anthony Edwards?
In the regular season for first team All NBA. No, stop doing that. I'm talking about first team All NBA. You asked the question about first team All NBA.
Hold on. I'm asking you right now. Are you taking Tatum or are you taking Ant-Man right now? I'm asking everybody up here.
Ron, are we talking about All NBA teams?
I'm talking about right now, right? So
but you're saying right now, and certainly you are taking into account the playoffs. That's what you're doing.
I'm talking about right now.
But that's irrelevant to All NBA because All NBA was voted on before the playoffs began. So based on the 82 game regular season, who do you think played better and why?
I think Ant played better because you got to remember he was missing his key guy for most of the season too, and Karl Anthony Towns. So he had more responsibility.
You just lied. I don't know what to tell you.
How many games Cat missed this year, bro?
He missed a month of the season.
How many games did Cat?
I'm going to look. I have to look these things up. I don't just have it an instant.
I thought you had it in your brains.
I'm going to have Karl Anthony Towns games played.
I think.
Yeah. How many games did Cat play this year?
62.
Okay, so Cat missed 20 games. That's a big chunk of games right there. He missed 20 games.
I said he missed the last month. I just told you.
Hold on. I'm just saying, my man, you ain't got to be dishonorable. Just listen. So all I'm saying to you is this. Is that I take that into account. How many games did the Wolves win this year?
56.
56, and Cat and the second best player missed 20 games. Think about that. Now, how many games did
their second best player was Cat? That's news to me. I thought it was.
He hates Rudy. Why? Like we know.
How you think Rudy gonna be better than Cat?
No, that's what. Swiper just be having to talk.
You think Rudy gonna be better than Cat? Who's the second best player on the team?
I voted Rudy for All-Star. I voted Rudy for All-Star over Cat. People just like points per game. That's all it is.
Who is the second best player on the team? Chill.
The second best player on the team is Cat.
Thank you. He's the second best player, 20 games. And they still won 50.
Just keep it at Cat and keep it pushing because we're not having a Rudy conversation.
They still, hold on. Cat is a 22-10 guy. You missed him for 20 games. You missed him for 20. Hold on. Now, Mars, I'm going to ask you a question, Mars. You missed him for 20 games. How many games did the Celtics win this year?
64.
And for the most part, they were healthy. So that's like a what? That's like a 7-game gap, right, Chill?
Porzingis missed more games than Karl Anthony Towns.
Porzingis missed 25, but I mean, I get it. Yeah, okay.
So wait,
hold on, right? But even though Porzingis missed 25, the Boston Celtics still had other players stacked around him.
Nas Reed, you mean? They had Nas Reed. That what you're saying?
Hold on, bro. They still had more other guys. Okay, you still had Al Horford playing at a great level. Come up.
Al Horford, Mike Conley. Is Al Horford better than Mike Conley?
Mike Conley, White.
Derek White.
Oh, White. I think you said he was white.
So keep naming names. Keep naming names. Keep naming names.
We're just going to get to a point where we realize both teams are really good.
My point to you, hold on. My point to him is this. Here's my point to him, right? We all know that everything with the Timberwolves ends and begins with Ant-Man. That's facts. We know that. It begins and ends with Ant-Man. That's how he ended y'all
season. Wait, hold on. Mike Conley won the Social Justice Player of the Year award. That's a big deal, bro. So stop. And then you got the Defensive Player of the Year. You got the Sixth Man of the Year. They had the aura, the off-court aura. They had the best defense in the last, I don't know, top 10 defense in the last, I don't know, 20 years or whatever else it is. They had a lot going for them, and Ant wasn't even a better offensive player than Jason Tatum.
Off-court aura?
Respect off-court aura? Yeah, but I mean, like, based on the... Oh, hold on.
Yes, but you're going to the movies.
That's why he's choosing Ant.
We're going to the movies. We're going to dinner. I'm coming over to your crib on an off day to come hang out. Like, we're building team camaraderie. That's what we're doing.
Now, Chitchat, all
that matters for real.
All this talk is taking back, chill. If Minnesota plays the Celtics in the finals, because he won't even pick the Celtics to win. This sorry son of a snitch. He won't pick the Celtics to win if they play Minnesota in the finals.
Who? We're talking about the 82 game sample between Tatum and Ant. And Jason Tatum was a better player than Anthony.
You will not pick Jason Tatum.
Now, if you ask me, chill. If you ask me between Jason Tatum, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant, who's the worst forward this year was, well, it was Tatum between those four players. But guess what? All four of those players were better than Anthony Edwards, though. So I've been clear about this. This is not new.
Okay, so this is my last question to you.
Yes.
If T-Wolves go to the finals and play the Celtics, hold on. If the T-Wolves with Ant-Man leading the team go and play the Celtics with Jason Tatum in the finals, who you picking?
I probably will pick the Celtics to beat.
Now you picking Jason Tatum. Ron.
The Celtics.
He said he's picking the Celtics, not Jason Tatum.
Hallelujah. I'm going, Ron. This is a capper. He's a capper and he's a crapper.
How is this capping?
Hold on, Ron.
You never answered the question, Ticket.
Hold on.
No, Ticket, can you answer the question with your poker hat on? Hey, guy with the poker hat on. Can you answer the question? Was Anthony Edwards better than Jason Tatum in the regular season this year? Hey, Chip Dealer. Was Anthony Edwards better than Jason Tatum over the course of the 82 game season? You're not going to answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question. Hey, Dealer, deal me in. Deal me in.
I need you guys to both answer each other's questions. Ticket's gone. All right. Well, it was a good first half of the show. But let's talk about these All-NBA teams, y'all. Let's talk about them. We got first team All-NBA. I need you guys' thoughts and feelings on this. Do we think the NBA got this right? Did the voters get this right?
It's the names I expected. Every single one.
Yeah, it's the names that you thought were going to get it. I did not think Tatum deserved it over 3 other players, but that's okay.
What are the 3 other players that you don't think he should have?
I already said the names. I said it to you in
AD,
February.
Kawhi, and
Well, I'm old, so I don't hear that well. Say it
old.
He right.
So Anthony Davis, LeBron, Durant, and Kawhi. I'll put AD in there too, but Tatum was not better than any of those 4 players. Kawhi was arguable, but
if that's you said James.
That's 4 players.
Yeah, but I'm including. He said he also added Anthony Davis. I expanded it beyond just forwards. So Anthony Davis.
So if you look at that, Ron, can you put the all league team up again? I want to make sure I see this correctly, because if you look at what the one thing that's consistent, with the exception of Luka, the one thing that's consistent with this all league team is winning. With the exception of Luka, even though they had a top 5 seed, Jason Tatum, number 1 seed, Denver tied for the number 1 seed, Oklahoma City, number 1 seed, Giannis, number 2 seed. Winning matters.
They weren't 2. They were 3. They were 3.
Number 3 seed.
That's right. They dropped to the 3 seed. I'm sorry.
The Mavs were the 5th seed.
And the Mavs were the 5th seed.
But again, if Embiid is healthy, Tatum's also not there, even if Embiid's the 8th seed.
And this is and again, this is why I'm here to test it out. Sure.
The Mavs won more game than the Bucks, by the way. Just pointing out.
I'm here to test it out. Sure, fine. I'm here to test it out, but I just don't like this positionless thing. I don't. I'm not a fan of it.
Well, they did this. They did this for one reason and one reason only. The people in Philadelphia, I know this. Some of the media upper heads in Philadelphia did not like the fact that Embiid was making second team All-NBA behind another player winning MVPs, and so then there was a contingent of people behind the scenes that were saying we cannot allow this to happen anymore, and so then they changed up the rules.
Then you have to be better than him. Then that part I'm not trying to hear, because I had to watch Olajuwon make second team All-NBA because he wasn't better at one point or didn't have a better season. I had to watch Ewing. I had to watch David Robinson. I had to watch these guys. I wasn't Mars. I wasn't around, but Chamberlain making second team All-NBA over. And Bill Russell making first team All-NBA after winning the league.
The logic of positionless makes sense because Russell, Chamberlain, Kareem, like Hakeem, they were all
Bill Russell has
four
3
players.
first team. Bill Russell has 3 first team All-NBAs in his career.
in his career. He
was at worst the second best player in the league. Like, I'm sorry, like that's stupid. I understand your gripe that you have to, especially in the 90s where you had to see Hakeem, Shaq, and Ewing and Alonzo Mourning in some years,
right?
And David Robinson. They're 5 guys fighting for 3 spots, and you watched some guys miss out on all NBA teams who deserved it. I understand that. Just because it was wrong back then doesn't mean we need to continue doing it wrong now. Respectfully, all of those guys should have been making all NBA teams in the 90s. The fact that the voting system was stupid has now robbed some of those guys of all NBA selections they deserved. I don't think that it's now fair to keep robbing guys in 2020 because we were wrong 30 years ago. I think it's good that they changed what was stupid. It was wrong that Hakeem, David Robinson, Shaq, Alonzo Mourning, Ewing, all of them were having to fight for only 3 spots when they were 5 of the top 10 players in the league. That was wrong. Now they've got it right. I think they just adjusted from where they were.
Bigger markets that have been pushing for the change. Because you remember 2020, AD won first team All NBA over Jokic that year, and he played 23% of his minutes at center. But because the Lakers needed to have 2 players on that first team, Jokic got bumped to second. AD got moved to first at center, even though he played primarily forward that year. So I think what they did was they said, there's just too many issues with this, and too many people are complaining. And so therefore, we're going to put the best on the best. First team All NBA, you got it. You're the best. Like Embiid's the best one. He's the top 5 player in the world.
And I won't argue that, Paul. Excuse me. I think that's a valid point. But with that being said, so now what's going to happen moving forward? Because Mars said that, it was dumb that we was able to do this. So now we have to take out stuff like who's the best point guard, who's the best 2 guard, who's the best small forward. We got to take that stuff out. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to go off of now players not only not having positions and having responsibilities. We're going to just individualize these guys as players. That's it. Not how impactful they are to their team. What exactly was that they were doing? It's just them as players. I've always felt like being a point guard mattered. I always felt like as a 2 guard, I have a job. At the 5 spot, I have a.
Nobody's going to make it up. Luka and SGA for their prime are going to be on this list.
Yeah, but just real quick, we can still we can have the who's the best point guard discussion and who's the best shooting guard.
No,
discussion.
We can't, Mars.
Yes, you can. The issue is you just won't have the All NBA team to save you and make your opinion.
That's the problem right there.
We can still.
We don't need that though.
Yeah,
we can watch
who's the best point guard? Luka, Steph, SGA. Who's the best point guard? We don't need to see who makes All NBA first team to decide that. In the early 2000s, it was Kobe and T-Mac making first teams. We knew it was Jason Kidd who was the best
guard and a forward. A guard and a forward.
That's 2 guards. No, they were both making it. Kobe and T-Mac in 03 were the 2 backcourt players on the first team All NBA. We still knew who the best point guard in the league was, Jason Kidd. We knew he was the best.
But he still was making the All-Pro team, though, Mars.
Yeah, and guess what? Point guards are still making it today. Steph Curry made it. Jaylen Brunson made it.
As a third team All-Pro.
SGA made it. They all made it. We don't need the All-NBA first team to decide who the best point guard is when we can just watch these guys play and be like, who's the best point guard? Luka. Who's the best shooting guard? Donovan Mitchell. Who's the best small forward? Jason Tatum. Who's the best power forward? Giannis. Who's the best center? Jokic. These aren't my opinions. I'm just throwing out names. We can still have those conversations.
You named it bar for bar, right? By the way.
Okay.
No. Anyway, keep going, Mars.
I don't even think Jason Tatum's a small forward. But we can understand that, but then also not need the All-NBA team to make our opinion for us. We didn't need to see John Stockton make All-NBA first team to decide if he was the best point guard in the league, because we could just watch John Stockton play and come to our own conclusion. We don't need to see who makes All-NBA first team. Like, well, this guy made All-NBA first team. I guess he's the best point guard in the league. We don't need that. We can just watch them play and decide for ourselves.
And also, who's the best traditional point guard in the league for you, Chill? Traditional point guard. Like non-new era point guard. Garland?
No.
But even Hallie's like a non-traditional point guard.
Him, Trae Young.
Trae Young's not a he's not
it depends how you define traditional. Is it just averaging a lot of assists, or is it someone who refuses to score?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like we typically with Stockton.
When you talk about a lead guard,
Mobley,
not necessarily a pass first guard, but a guard who can score, but with a guard who passes but can score, like Halliburton. Guys like Halliburton. I think Trae Young, De'Aaron Fox, guys like that. But Mars, when we talk about and De'Aaron Fox is more of a scorer than he is a passer. But when we're talking about the All-Pro team, the All-Pro team solidifies you because now I'm of the best. That's what I am. And not only am I of the best, when I am a point guard, when I am a 2 guard, I am of the best point guards in the league. I am of the best 2 guards in the league. I am of the best small forwards in the league when I am an All-Pro, as opposed to you just throwing all of these dudes on the crew. And you're completely leaving out, one, how difficult my job is, how important my job is, and how much I affect my crew. That's why when we're talking, that's why I had such a difficult time last season when I saw SGA and Luka make first team All Pro and their teams didn't make the playoffs, because that's a pretty big deal for me. But with that being said, I just don't like the idea of eliminating how important my job is, and it's awarded at the end of the season by me being an All Pro.
Chill. That was actually my next question for you guys. So last year, it was some rumbles, complaints, stumbles, whatever you might want to call it, about SGA and Luka both being first team due to their seeding. Mm-hmm. This year, is it without a question, without a doubt, these two guys deserve to be on there?
When it matters, man. When it matters, yo. Winning matters. Absolutely. Winning matters. How do you, when I'm an All Pro, how I affect my being an All Pro doesn't just mean that, because if that's the case, being an All Pro, I got to put the best scorer on the All Pro team. I got to put the best rebounder on the All Pro team. I got to put the steals leader on the All Pro team. I got to put the shot block leader on the All Pro team. And no, that winning. How are you affecting your crew when you're doing this stuff? You can't just throw these dudes on the crew just off the strength that I average 34 a game. I average 31 a game. What is that leading to? What is that translating to? And if it's turning into something, then we absolutely have to honor you for that. Being an All Pro, and Miles and I differ with this, but being an All Pro, I feel like that's the reward for what I've done throughout the course of this year. That's the reward for me being elite. I'm already elite, but I'm getting rewarded for being elite. When you talk about Mars, when you talk about Ron, when you talk about Ox, when you talk about myself, when we get to the end of the season and I'm snubbed for first team All Pro over Ron, next season, Ron, I'm beating you out next season at that 2-guard spot, because I'm thinking to myself, this is who I got to go up against for that spot. And the people are telling me, yo, he's better than you. Okay, well, we'll get to the bottom of that. We will get to the bottom of that.
Last year, I was one of the people who think that they both deserve to make it. Even though, Chill, I'm on your side with, I'm crazy when it comes to winning bias. Like, if you have won over your career, Mars knows, if you've won over your career, I'll boost you over another guy. If you're relatively in the same realm, I'm not just going to put you in a whole nother tier because you won.
That's not winning bias, though, Ron. That's how it goes. Like, if you win, you know what I'm saying?
No doubt. With that being said, though, does the production that Luka and SGA provided this year, after doing it last year, does it make you a little more comfortable looking back, saying, okay, I'm not really all that mad at those guys making first team last year, despite their seeding? So, Chill, you still aren't comfortable with Luka and SGA getting that last year? All right. Fair enough. So I'm going to put this on the screen. We got the second team All-NBA now. Feast your eyes on the screen. We got Jaylen Brunson, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, and Kawhi Leonard all made second team All-NBA. Fellas, talk to me.
Just for the record, Anthony Davis, the only one on this whole crew that was an All-Pro on the All-NBA team and on the All-League defensive team. He's the only one who did that. Nobody else did that except him. I was going to put that out there. And
on all three teams?
He didn't. He made the All-League defensive team and he made the All-Pro team. Yes, sir. He's the only one who did that. Nobody else did that.
Yeah. Giannis wasn't on defense.
He's the only one who did that. But with that being said, Ox, you and me had this conversation before the All-Pro team came out, before the season ended, and I said it, and I'm standing on it. Even though he ended up where he ended up, and we'll get to that, I dare you to keep him off the team. I dare you. I dared you to keep him off the team. I dared you. But he didn't. I'd like to know, to be honest with you, because Swiper, you stay on me about Jason Tatum in terms of his efficiency and all of that good stuff. Because I found out, I think Jason Tatum, 52% of his buckets are twos, and they're at the rim. 42% of his buckets are at the long ball line. So that means over 90% of his shots are either at the rim or at the long ball line. He shoots less than 10% of his shots in the mid range. I know that sounds ridiculous.
The James Harden effect.
Yes, you said that to me months ago, Mars. That when did Jason Tatum turn into James Harden? Right, you did say that to me months ago. But what I'm asking is, what did Kawhi Leonard do? Because Swiper is huge on Kawhi Leonard. What did Kawhi Leonard do this season to keep him to what did Kawhi Leonard do to put James on the third team and him on the second team? James
again, that was the media making that decision. Kawhi deserves second team for me with James and Tatum. Okay. Kawhi was incredible defensively for a majority of the year. He was one of the reasons why they went on that 20. I don't know if they went 20-5 or whatever from December 1st on for a little bit. Yeah. And then on top of that, his offense was crazy. Now his volume wasn't what it needed to be, but I think that's the actual like sacrificing volume for role because of his team, because of Harden and because of PG and because of Man in them. He actually took a step back volume-wise. His efficiency was bonkers. He shot 42% from three, I think 50% from the field, and like 89% from the line.
He was almost 50-40-90 this year. Yes, he was.
And he was also like, for most of the year, like making a first-team all-defense argument. And if you want to put Jaylen and them ahead of him, that's cool. But like he was arguing to be in that conversation with them. So he was all time, like he was elite level efficiency. He was elite level defensively, and he also took a step back to allow for James Harden to be the primary operator on the role. So no, like there was nothing he didn't do well outside of his normal passing, but he averaged like I think 5 assists still. So like he was still passing and like being a connected passer at a high level. He was really good this year, and so I just think people are down on him because his numbers say 24, basically 5 or 6 and 5 or whatever else it is. But it's like, well, if you look at the way he was actually doing it, and then on the other end, the defense he was playing they also pushed him to the first seed, and then they fell off. So they were the first seed in the latest time in the year ever. They were the first seed in the latest time of the year in Clippers history this year. Yeah. And a lot of that had to do with him. So, and it's not like PG was incredible this year. I mean, James Harden was really good, but I just think he deserves a lot of credit for that. He played 68 games. I think Tatum played 74. Yeah. If I remember correctly.
74 games.
Yeah. So I'll tell you like this, Chip. I'll tell you like this, Chip. Obviously not for me, but just so I don't want to be selfish here. You know what I'm saying? I want DeMontis Sabonis to get out of Sacramento. ASAP. Free DeMontis. Because he'll never get the respect he deserves playing for the Sacramento Kings. Never will he get the respect he deserves playing for the Kings. He needs to get out of there.
He made the All-NBA team.
Yeah, he made 13.
Yeah, 13. Yeah,
well, didn't make the All-Star team then.
He's better than that. He's better than that. You know what I'm saying? So,
but they put
whose spot should he take? Whose spot should he take on the second team or first team?
Just the same person's spot he should have took in an All-Star game.
Anthony Davis.
Oh, come on.
Now, Swiper, to your point, when you talked about
I'm sorry. Real quick. Sorry. The argument at the All-Star break was that the Kings' record was better than the Lakers. At the end of the season, the Lakers' record was better than the Kings. So how is Sabonis getting above 80?
It was the same record actually. They got the
47 wins to 46. It wasn't the same record.
I thought it was 46.
Yeah.
No. The argument was that at the All-Star break, that they didn't.
Lakers shouldn't have had 2, yes, because of their record. I was fine with that. I understood your point. But now, AD has won more games. LeBron didn't make second team alongside him. Mm-hmm. So you can't be like, well, 2 Lakers made it and no Kings made it. That can't be the argument because LeBron is on 13. So how is Sabonis getting over Anthony Davis?
Because
if the record is in his favor.
Because he's better. Because he's better.
And now you lost your mind.
Because he's better.
Sabonis better?
Because he's better.
Okay. And see, Ox was Ignacio. We knew it. He was Ignacio.
Which
now we'll get the analytics are on Ox's side, but
and that's all. I'm going to step away. That's all. I'm not going to go to no Lawrence.
And Swiper, you brought up some interesting points about Kawhi Leonard, so I can combat those with the fact that James shot his highest 3-point percentage for his career this year. Shot the ball at over a 40% clip at the long ball line.
He should have been second team as well, by the way.
Yeah, I think
Ant should not be over any of those players. Just to be clear, that was where I'm pushing back.
Right,
I have Tatum, LeBron, Kawhi, Anthony Davis, and then
this is all your second team.
LeBron.
Where does KD land in? So KD should have been first team.
KD was first team for me, yeah, for sure.
So KD should have been a first team all league performer this year.
Did you see KD's number this year?
I think KD was awesome. No doubt about that. I think KD was awesome. One.
And this was without like Booker and Bill for a large chunk of the season too.
Excuse me. Those guys were in and out of the lineup. So, all right. Hey Ron, if this is what I'm talking about, like people get wrapped up in seeing a guy in the playoffs and automatically when the All-Pro team comes out, he should have been first team All-Pro, completely leaving out that the All-Pro team is comprised of an 82-game season. It's not what you do in the postseason. No, it's what happens from October, whenever the season starts, till the day before the playoffs. whenever the regular season ends. That's what the All-Pro team is comprised of. We were not talking about Anthony Edwards. We were not talking about Anthony Edwards like that. We were talking about Anthony Edwards as a great player, because I definitely was one of those dudes talking about Anthony Edwards as a great player. But we wasn't talking about him like a first-team All-Pro and in league.
Wasn't in nobody's MVP conversation with Kendrick Perkins.
We wasn't talking about him like that throughout.
I think Anthony Edwards did he get a second? Did he get a third place vote or second place vote for Kendrick?
In fact, my counterpart over here, Mr. Mars, made it crystal clear that not only was he not better than SGA, we shouldn't even be having that conversation.
But chill, you know how that goes though. It's an 82-game season.
Yeah.
People will forget what you did in October, November, December, even January. Yo, it's May right now. You know how hard it is for us to remember all of that you did in the beginning of the season, the big runs you went on. If a player has a 50-point game in the beginning of the season, that just it leaves your mind. We get caught up in the now when it comes to basketball. Basketball is such a now society.
Do you have the list of all the voters and ballots? Do you need me to send it to you?
Sure.
You want me to put it on the screen?
Let's talk about Ignacio, man.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this. Anthony Edwards got 1 second place vote, 1 third place vote, 1 fourth place vote. And I mean, I thought the consensus this whole season was it was going to be Jokic, SGA, Luka, Giannis, 4. That was the 4, and Embiid not included in that. But the 5th was Jaylen Brunson or Tatum. That had been the entire year. So that's what I'm saying. I don't even remember at any point we were talking about Ant being better than Brunson or even like Tatum, respectfully, for a large portion of the year. Even Sabonis was like in conversation for MVP. People like at 7th and 8th. Like that's where Tatum was, or sorry, that's where Ant was. So I don't know.
And also too, if they would have finished at the top of the conference, now I know they were half a game out. Game out, okay. But even then, it's still an accolade. It's still you finishing at the top of your conference. If that would have happened, I could understand it a little more. Like even with
it's only a 1-game difference, though.
No, yeah, but it's seeding. It's not about games. That's why the Bucks season, like they're the 3 seed, but they won less games than the Mavs who are the 5 seed, but they won more. Apparently, it's same thing. Seeding, not record.
Did anybody have a? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got it.
All can ask. I don't know if y'all saw the DPOY voting. I mean, Dave McMenamin had, he covers the Lakers. He had Anthony Davis first, and then the Ringer. There's like, I think he got. Let me see how many first place votes Anthony Davis got for DPOY. Did anybody think Anthony Davis had like a DPOY season this year, like a argument for best defender in the league?
I thought he had I thought he had one of those. I don't think he was better this year than he was last year. I will tell you that. No, I don't think he was that good. And I think he did finish, if I'm not mistaken, he did finish top 5 in defensive player of the year this year. But
4th, yeah, he got one more first place vote than Bam Adebayo, but Bam finished 3rd.
Right. I don't think that he I don't think he had the same defensive. I don't think he had the same defensive season than he did last year. When I think about what he did, even though I think he averaged more rebounds this year than he did last year. No, not
AD.
No, he didn't. That's not true. Because
if I remember correctly, 74 games this year, so that was
right. He definitely played more.
Shout out to AD.
He actually played 76 games this year.
76.
Yeah, he actually played 76 games this year.
Yeah, he should never do that again. Jokic should never play 79 games again, too, either. Like a lot of players never be playing that many games again. No, there's no point.
He played.
People voting for AD. It doesn't shock me. I mean,
but Drew Holiday. Who gave Drew Holiday the first place vote? Mars? Because I'm looking for that right now. Oh, Tolis.
Tolis. He's the same guy who voted. He's Greek. He had a Giannis. Like,
yeah, he got a second. He didn't have Victor
it's okay for Drew to get Rudy.
I think Drew getting a defensive. I think Drew getting a defensive player of the year vote is crazy. It's the same reason I think Richard Jefferson putting SGA second is insane. But
what is Richard? I'm being honest about y'all. I'll tell y'all. One of my actual missions is I got credentialed for the first time this year is to be a voter at some point. I genuinely want to know what are people basing their decisions off of when because there's no way you're watching all these games happen. And then if you have an outlier pick like that, like SGA or whatever else, like I just don't understand. Like, are you just not processing the game correctly? Like at some point your fandom has to like take a deep step back, Ox. Am I just tripping, Ox? Like should you not be evaluating?
I see where you're coming from, and I can definitely respect that. But I don't want to say you're tripping, but I just feel like there's so many people just view things different and value things different. You know what I mean? So and that's fair. Like we all can't see the game the same. And if it's only a couple people that see it one way, all the masses are going to say, "Oh, this is crazy." But it's like, I mean, they got the predictions for a reason, right? You know what I mean?
Well, it's because they're media personally. Like a lot of them, Richard Jefferson. Like, and this is not me saying they don't deserve votes. I've made it clear I don't care about these awards because I don't care about these voters' opinions on what they think of the game. But it's clear Richard Jefferson is on TV. I feel like all the time. He's working with ESPN. OKC had 13 nationally televised games. It's not out of the realm of possibility to say he doesn't have time to watch these games. That's not me knocking him. He works and he's working for these big networks. They're watching the Lakers games and the Warriors games that are on TV every other night. So he's going to be looking at numbers. He's going to be looking at SGA leading all guards in stocks, steals and blocks. He's going to look at him leading the league in steals. He's going to look at him leading the league in deflections. He's going to be like, and OKC's a top 5 defense.
Sure.
Let's put Shea on the ballot. Like, that's what it's going to be. I'm 99% sure that's what it is. And I'm not knocking him for that. Like, I understand he doesn't have time like someone like me with no life to just watch all the games. So he's going to have a different opinion. But that's part of the reason why I don't care about these awards, because I understand the people voting, a lot of them haven't watched as much as I've watched. So I don't need their opinion.
What's Gunny referencing? What's Gunny referencing?
Just hating.
Gunny
when it was the read it.
Gunny Elneck said Doris Burke shouldn't be allowed to talk sports. She really robbed Giannis for unanimous first team with her comments. Also, AD should have been first team.
First team. What?
It was the first team All NBA. It was the last game of the season when the Knicks were playing. Who did the Knicks play? The Bulls. It was the Bulls, right?
Yes.
When the Knicks played the Bulls, and basically all throughout the game, she was like, "If Jaylen Brunson gets the 2 seed, does he now make first team over Giannis?" Like that. She was saying that damn near the whole game.
And why?
So he's
why was that? Why was that? Why was that ridiculous for her to say that? That's number one. Because I feel like you're just looking at Giannis as a better player than Jaylen Brunson, which nobody will argue that. Nobody will argue that Giannis is a better player than Jaylen Brunson. But the fact that what he did for that Knicks team this year, without having Julius Randle in the lineup, without having Mitchell Robinson in the lineup, and taking that team to a number 2 seed, is a legit argument that Jaylen Brunson could have been first team All Pro.
I've never seen Giannis carry the way I've just seen Jaylen carry.
That was a legit argument.
That's a little tough. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Man, stop with this shit.
That's a little.
We started the episode with you talking about that Jaylen Brunson crap. You've been digging Sabonis all week. Man, stop, bro. We tired of this, Ox. In my best chill impression, we tired of this, Ox. Every time it comes to Luka or Giannis, you want to hate.
Sound like he's sick.
But if we talk about Thaddeus Young, all of a sudden, don't talk about Thaddeus like that. If it's Al Camino, don't talk about Al Camino like that. If it's Sabonis, you better respect Sabonis and his daddy and this and this. Man, we tired of that.
Hey, keep on being Sabonis' name out your mouth.
What's up with your
Tell us one about the Monsters.
Man, what's good? Well, what my Goofy said.
I don't never hate on Giannis.
My Goofy's in the chat.
First
What's
time
good,
I
y'all?
seen Bama up there.
My nephew in the house.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what's good, baby?
What's up, nephew? How you running, brother? What's up?
I'm good, man. You know, Ox. What's up, baby?
What's up, man? Hey, the best player to ever touch a PC panel, football player to ever touch a PC panel is up here. All the other football players, past, present, or future, are irrelevant.
I say Hooper too.
You know what's dope though? You know what's dope about this, Ron? One, my nephew, playing the scat back, and I got a linebacker over here. So when my nephew hit the A gap, I'm just saying you might be in trouble, Spiker. When my nephew hit the A gap,
he said he's a scat back.
Yeah.
No, I played fullback.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we would have.
It's 2024. We don't really have fullbacks in the league anymore.
No, I mean, it's an H back though. I played in the spring.
No, I got you.
But yeah, pretty much, I just would have made you swallow your mouthpiece. Just
crackback. That's what they call them. Crackback.
A crackback on an H back. I would hope not. What's the split? No, but look. Bama. Good to meet you. I haven't met you before, bro.
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm living, man.
Bro. I'm up here
not
to
as
be
good
with
as
Mars,
you.
bro.
Not as good as you.
No, but I work for a living. That's why I don't be on this. Like,
What you think? Hold on. Now.
I knew Chill was gonna say something.
Hold on. What you think we doing up here? You think we just chilling?
I just feel honored, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel honored to be over here. I got the legend. Hey, y'all, I got the legendary Mars on the side of me right now, dog.
Legendary.
I can't
Shout out, legendary.
Yeah, he is.
The man, the myth, the legend who just celebrated a birthday a month ago.
Man.
Mars, I want to get back to what you just got finished talking about.
Back to the stats.
I think Richard Jefferson, he watches more games than you think. And I know that, you know, with doing a lot of games and broadcasting a lot of games, it might not look like it. Because a lot of these guys have people watch games for them. You know, RJ isn't like that. Yeah, I know that's nuts, Mars. I know that's clear. A lot of these guys,
that's really a thing.
Yeah, that's absolutely a thing. These guys, a lot of these people have people.
Well, they have
stats, and then they'll give them like notes.
Yeah, they'll give them numbers.
Well, that's legit though. I think that's the same thing in politics. They don't read every bill or law. Like, you know, they have clerks that read through the law and stuff for you. So it's the same thing.
But that's not a good thing though. So
Chill wouldn't know that about.
I'm not going to care for your opinion if you haven't watched the game to
exactly, and that's not a good thing. I'm not a politician, and I don't
know, Chill. The way you be politicianing for one person, zero up here. You got a future. You got a future.
Don't dabble in politics.
You got a future. You got a future, Chill.
No,
you got a future. Here, do this for me. Here, hold on, Chill. Look to the left and say, "Yes, we can," real quick. Hold on, let me see it.
If you voting for me, I'm telling you right now, boy, the country is in trouble.
Sure, you go get the crashing out on
every day is Friday if I'm in the White House. Every day is Friday. But anyway, back to Mars.
You go get the crashing out on the media when they get to ask you about bills that
say something else about what I was doing last night. First of all, why are you following me? Right? Why are you following me? I just went to the grocery store to get some food. Why are you worrying about what I'm doing? Didn't I tell you that I'll answer the questions that you ask me if you ask them respectfully? Matter of fact, don't say nothing else to me. Not you. So see, I can't be in the media. I can't be a politician because I don't know if I'm handling that correctly. See? But anyway, now back to Mars. So when Richard is a ball player who is unlike the other ball players who he actually watches and studies the game. Like, he doesn't just say things because it sounds popular. No, RJ is one of those guys. Yeah,
Richard said Giannis was a 10 to me directly that Giannis was a 10 on offense and 10 on defense. He'd be capping. He'd be lying. That's what I do.
Or you just disagree with him.
Right. Is that
10 on offense?
Is that ridiculous to say?
Stop it. Yes, it is. Stop it.
Is Giannis a 10 on offense?
Is it
when he turned his brain off?
Why is Giannis not a 10 on offense?
Right. Swiper, is that ridiculous to say?
Because Swiper believes a 10 is reserved for the LeBron James, Michael Jordans, Jokic, Steph Curry's, those guys who are like transcendent offensive players.
Mars,
doesn't think Giannis is that.
Mars, I get that. But you do know, like, if we're grading, right? Like, Swiper, you can get a A+, and I could just get a regular A, and somebody else can be an A-. We still all got A's.
That's not a 10. A 10 is a complete.
Those ain't 10s, bro. You talking about?
That's what I said. Hey, Bama, just gonna get into the semantics of what a 10 is.
Bama. Now, again, Rod don't know nothing about this. He ain't never dated a 10, so he don't know. He don't know no better. He think a 10 is an 8. He think a 10 is a 7. That's all that is.
Hey man, look, it's some 8s that provide you more value than 10s.
There's some 10s.
I said nothing about that. All I said, you know the 10. That's all
I know you superficial swiper and you need to attend.
Superficial swiper.
I'm just saying. I know. Hey, I got some 7s.
Superficial swiper.
I got some 7s and 8s that them 10s can't feel they.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say that.
And by the way, Swiper, there's some 10s that when they open their mouth, they look like they got hit in the face with a frying pan. And
no, that's your experience. Come to Atlanta. Come to Atlanta. You're gonna be some corporate 10s, some vet 10s, some doctor 10s.
You stop talking to me.
Some chef 10s. Come on to Atlanta. Come on to Atlanta, Chill.
I'm gonna have to take a trip to Chocolate City at some point and see what's good. I'm gonna have to do that. But anyway, Mars, they're him. I've actually spoken to Richard Jefferson. We've had conversations, and RJ know the game 100%. He knows he's not one of these just figureheads up here. Now, don't get me wrong. I can appreciate the logic that a lot of these guys don't really have time, and you can tell these guys that don't watch the game. You can tell these guys who aren't paying attention because when you hear them talk, you're like, you are not watching the game. I don't feel that way about RJ. I feel like RJ is watching as much as he possibly can, and I feel like he's getting as much information as he can, and he's giving us everything that he knows.
Then I feel he just got it wrong with SGA. Well, it's fine though. Like I said, I don't hold, other than Ignacio, I don't hold the voters' votes against them because it's their opinion.
And like I said, I've already made my opinion. I've spoke about Chet making all defense. I don't. Oh, Ox is in the back. He wants to be loud. I don't care that like Chet didn't make all defense because he made it on my all defensive team. So as far as I'm concerned, he's a top 10 defender in the league. I don't need to see him make it for me to be like, oh well, that's what he is. I still
why though? I was like, see, that's the thing that I'm trying to make sense.
I need to see the 99 voters. Man. I don't care about them. I don't care that they
matters, Mars. Nasco didn't do anything to you, Mars.
I just don't respect his voting process. But yeah, I don't need to see the other 99 voters agree with me to be like, yeah, Chet's a top 10 defender.
Hey Mars, how long you think until a YouTuber gets a vote? You think Kenny for real gonna be the one to get the first one to get a vote?
The hell is Kenny?
If anyone was going to, it'd probably be him.
Yeah, I think if he'd be the first one, Kenny, you know Kenny is. I don't know how do I explain. He just like does NBA takes, but he's been on first take and stuff before. He's grown like a lot, but he's a good dude. But I'm saying like
Chill's been on ESPN before too.
Yeah, we not I'm not saying that. No. Chill. First off, hold on. Chill been on America's Most Wanted too. I don't bring that up either. I'm not saying that he ain't been on television. I'm not saying he don't be on television.
Chill, you been on Unsolved Mysteries?
I'll tell you what, Ron. If they looking for me, they doing a bad job because I ain't hard to find. I am not hard to find. I'm not hard to find.
I'm trying to tell you, Goofies in the chat, y'all better be cool messing with Chill, but y'all don't want to listen.
I ain't hard to find.
They don't want to listen. Nope.
That's why he used a fake name. His name is James D. Carter, and so.
I'm not
and Bama, by the way, before you leave, I need your top 10 Goofies in the chat too, but we'll get to that a little later and whatnot. But before I get to third team, though, because we got to talk about that. Swipe, are you about to dip in a second, or you chilling?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Can we get your third team and what you thought third team should have been?
What was my third team was and Ox is gonna love my third team. Let me see all NBA.
You got
I actually do the list every year.
Yeah, I was gonna say he actually made like an actual ballot. Like he's serious. He's trying to get that.
Oh shit,
Swiper. I know you was just bigging up old boy, but I think
bigging up who
should be the first YouTuber.
What's up? What?
To get
you're bigging up Kenny, but maybe it should be.
No, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gone. I have moved quickly from YouTube to NBA media, so I mean it definitely could happen. I'm not gonna lie, I want it. I do want it, so you know that could happen for sure. My ballot was.
If you stop chasing them 10s around Atlanta,
I don't chase 10s.
If you keep your mind off them 10s, you know these games, maybe it happens.
I don't chase 10s. I don't chase 10s. Put some respect on my name.
No.
I really
okay.
Where is the? I'm pretty sure. I'm looking at it now. So the awards thread, I had Yoke, Luka, Shea, Giannis, Durant, first team, Anthony Davis, Brunson, Jason Tatum, LeBron James, Kawhi, second team. Third team, Steph, Booker, Sabonis, Jaylen Brown, Anthony Edwards. So me and Ox is like this. Me and Ox is like this. We locked in.
Let's talk about this Jaylen Brown disrespect. That's what I'm talking.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown deserves it for me.
So who made 13? If Jaylen Brown's on it, who did you take off? Who made it?
Hallie.
Oh yeah, Hallie. That's it.
Yeah, just because of the
Ron, get Hallie off the crew. Get Hallie off the crew, Ron.
Bye, Hallie. See you later.
That's crazy.
Y'all did that because he likes it?
That's why he did it, Ron.
He did it because he
that's why he did it.
Ron, that's not cool, but don't do swiping like that.
Mm-hmm. Who's the third team, Ron? Who's on the third team?
Let me go ahead and throw this up here. This is second team. Hold on. Bear with me. Here we go. Third team. We got Devin Booker, Stephen Curry, Tyrese Halliburton, LeBron James, and Domantas Sabonis.
LeBron.
Yo, hey, De'Aaron deserved that overstand.
Oh my, here we go. Okay.
Man, bro.
Just get more kings on that. It didn't feel like Devin Booker played 65.
Latest
Yeah,
white.
he sure did. All right, y'all.
I know he did. It just didn't feel like Devin Booker played 65.
He played 65 games?
Yeah, he played 68. But it just didn't feel like he did. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It feels like he missed more than 14 games. But he deserved it. I'm not surprised by anyone who made it.
We gotta also remember too that when he got like he would get hurt, it would seem like it was a lot worse than what it was. He also got thrown out of a game in the first like 5 minutes of a game.
He started the season off hurt though. That's kind of what it felt. It seemed like it took him forever to get on the court. It felt like it was almost like he missed the first 20 games.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I said that.
Remember, it was a culmination of all of them though. Because remember, he got healthy, and then I think Bradley Beal got hurt, so he was out, and then KD got hurt, so it was all three of them where it felt like they all just missed a big chunk of time.
I'm just trying.
KD was there. KD was huge.
I know that Jaylen Brown had a down season from last year as a number 2, but this is why I have such a difficult time. Where I think, with the exception of Donovan Mitchell. Like who has been on a 60-win team where they haven't had 2 guys make the All-Pro team? I don't think I remember the last time that's happened, where you've been on a 60-win team and you didn't have at least 2 guys make the All-Pro team.
I know they got to stop they have to stop the super team narrative though. They have to stop it.
Why?
I think that's dead, Ox. To be quite honest with you, I really feel like that's dead. That's number 1. And number 2. I said this to you and me, had this conversation months ago. And yeah, Mars. What's the guy's name that I pulled up the curtain on? What was his name? The voter.
Oh, Ignacio.
Well, yeah. He might be a little bit biased, but in some ways, yeah, he might be a little bit biased, sure. But in some ways, I said to Ox, I dare you to keep him. I dare you to keep Sabonis off the All-Pro team. I dare you. Since when has the league leading rebounder, the league leader in double-doubles and triple-doubles, not made the All-Pro team? I don't think that's ever happened.
I for sure thought they were going to keep him off.
I don't think that's ever happened, ever. So the fact that Sabonis isn't, even if you're just a box score watcher, which there's plenty of people who hate guys who are box score watchers, but even if you're a box score watcher and you see a guy leading the league in rebounding, leading the league in double-doubles and triple-doubles, you have to at least say, wait a minute, what the hell is this guy doing up in Sacramento? I got to at least go watch him. And on top of that, Sacramento, I believe at the All-Star break, I think they were right outside the top 5. So it was translating to winning. So it wasn't like it was empty. It was actually translating to winning. So when you're doing that, I can't keep you off the All-Pro team.
I mean, we were clearly plagued by injuries. Not saying we would have made a deep run or nothing like that, but we were clearly plagued by injuries.
Trey Lyles.
Okay.
That's
Trey Lyles. That's
what really hurt y'all. Yeah, that's what really hurt y'all, Bob.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dive into some of these super chats. The people have spoken. So let me go ahead and show them some love. Worldwide Mace TV said, much respect to the panel and everyone in the chat. Swiper, why are you so loud after the Celtics lose? But where were you after he been putting up 30 on everyone's head the last few games? Crickets, you won't low.
No, Swiper wasn't here after game 1, to be fair, in his defense.
That wasn't his day.
Yeah, he wasn't here.
Definitely wasn't his day. All right, couple members. Danzo the Mystic. I want to shout out to him too. Shout out to Danzo. Already shouted you out, but shout you out again. Son of Abba also is a member today. Worldwide Mace TV also became a member. Adept HNIC Restore Order. Shout out to you for tapping in, man. Hey, appreciate it. Burners also became a member today, too. Shout out to Burners. And I got a members chat. Heat versus Haters 2.0. Been a member for a month. He said, I like the fact that all NBA is the best 15 players. You're rocking with that?
Yeah, theoretically it is. Yeah.
All right, we got a couple other super chats. Johnny Boy 2000 Gaming said, we seen Tatum set the record for most points in Game 7. Closeout performances against the Bucks, Philly, etc. He has taken more defensive/playmaking role this year instead of scoring. He's the best small forward easily.
I just think that the level of play, the level of player he is, he can be more aggressive sometimes, and that throws people off. It throws me off in particular, but I'm trying to remember a guy that got this much slander for being on a 60-win team as much as he does. Like, it's on the regular with him. We don't talk about dudes like this. I don't ever remember us talking about dudes like this.
He's a power forward.
He's not, Mars. He played a 3.
So who's Boston's power forward?
He's listed as their power forward.
Who's Boston's power forward?
Once again, Mars, it should be Al Horford. That's who it should be.
He don't even start.
That's not the point, Mars. Me and you had this conversation before the season started. I wanted to put Derek White in the rotation. That's what I wanted to do.
Because you a hater.
No, I'm not. I thought that they would be better if you started Drew at the 1. You put Jaylen Brown at his natural position, which is the 2. You put Jason Tatum at his natural position, which is the 3. You put Al Horford at the 4. And you put Porzingis at the 5. And Derek White is your rotation guy, the best rotation player in the league, no questions asked, and playing starter minutes.
He a power forward.
Yo, I'm running a poll right now. Which is Jason Tatum? A small forward or a power forward? You guys go vote, and you already know the drill. On your way going over there to vote on that poll, like the video. Also subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We on playback tonight. My man Damo, Big Damo, got the Mavericks and the Timberwolves at that's 8:15 Eastern time. I'm in a whole different country, so I can't really put the times.
My bad. That boy global, ain't it? My bad.
Hey,
shit. Let us know. Flexed in.
Emphasis on glow. All right. But y'all make sure to tap into that Mavericks in Wolves game on playback tonight. Also, NBA X, y'all know the drill with Damo and J Rob, the funniest show on the network. Y'all be sure to pull up. It's gonna be a good one this Friday. I'm entertained. I'm hyped to see what they're gonna talk about tonight. I can't wait. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something crazy. So y'all tap into that, and obviously, also right after this, you got Open Gym. Make sure to tap in with Damo.
Hey, Ron, real quick. This stuff that I be talking about. Ox, you the only one hungry around here, huh? And ain't nobody else hungry around here? So you gonna bring food only for you. You're gonna bring food for nobody else. That's what you're gonna do, huh? This is what I be talking about, Ron. This is what I'm talking about when I say this is your man. I understand how you be getting hot for him sometimes. I be saying it. I see it. I see it sometimes. Ain't nobody else hungry but you.
Ron, I've been working hard, chill. I've been burning a lot of calories. I gotta replenish.
It's your man, Ron.
Oh yeah, hey y'all. Ox was getting did by some high schoolers yesterday.
Yeah, I can see that.
Here we go.
That's crazy.
It was
Your shirt did look a little loose. Your shirt did look a little loose, like you was getting worked out a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo,
don't tell me that some 16, 17-year-old was giving you
I'm just saying.
I wouldn't look. See, Ron be doing this, saying stuff like that, and I gotta tell the true story.
What happened?
We ended up playing twos with 2 of our older players, and you know, I'm getting surgery in 7 days. I ain't even supposed to be playing, but I can't help myself. So I'm like, okay, come on. Ron let little homie backdooring. They go up on us 4-0. So I'm like, all right, give me the ball. Then. Get the ball. I come through. Bang one. Hit the midi pull up.
For sure, come through and bang some, and I'm not even expecting it. I come and hit him with the. Hey, chill. You know when you kind of, it's not necessarily a crossover, but you fake like you going right, and you kind of put it over the top like this. Do that. Hey, dunk on the left side of the hoop, dunk it with the right hand, one hand. I'm like, all right. Hey, Ox feeling a little bouncy. All right. Maybe we can stop calling him little Ox. Ox again.
Bama, we're gonna leave out what Ox just told us, that this kid was busting Ron ass. We're gonna leave that part.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. So I know it was right over that. I know it was.
It's really you that got worked over.
Yeah,
chill.
Hey, but why would Ron even bring that up knowing he was getting cooked? Like I wasn't even gonna say that.
Chill. Look.
I'm
not as young as Mars. I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't just step on the court and all of a sudden my body functions properly. I ain't even get a proper warm up. They just drag me on the court. They just drag me on the court talking about guard this little fast ass boy. What?
But then you talk about
the end picture, you look like you was soaked in sweat, tank top all loose. Look like you been in a fight.
Bama.
And lost. Lost.
Hey, that's because I was out there passing out part-time jobs. That's full-time gigs. That's 9 to 5s. I was out there giving graveyard shift work, Bama. All right, it started slow. It ended fast.
Bama, you know, be chilling until I get turned up, and then I gotta go to work. Come on, you shouldn't even have said nothing. Let's move on, Rob, before I got to expose everything.
No. We ain't telling everybody business. No, we're not doing that.
Tell the full story.
No, we're gonna
let's move on. Let's stay focused. Focus,
all right. Burners with the super chat. He said Wemby, the DPOY, should have been third team over Sabonis. Without the minutes restriction, he's second team. Chill got to get rid of that, quote unquote. He's not there yet. He doesn't quite understand logic. Call your mother, yo.
No, I don't have to get rid of that. No, I do not have to get rid of that logic because he isn't. I'm not going to argue that Wemby is a great defender. 100%. I think he's a fantastic defender, but he's not what he's going to be. And I'm not going to make him that right now just because he was the number 1 overall pick and he's touted as the next one or the next coming of that. No, I'm not doing that because you want to do it because what you want to do is you want to validate it. Like, okay, he was the number 1 pick, so he's the defensive player of the year, so we were right about him. Well, you are right about him, just not right now. That's all.
What is up with this Domantas Sabonis hate? Ron, who was that? Whose super chat was that? Who sent that through?
Here go Ignacio trying to cape for his man again.
I'm not. All I'm saying, Morris, is let me know. Send me a cash app so I can send you that money back. We don't want it.
Who is we?
Is it ridiculous when he voted Sabonis as the defensive player of the year?
He shouldn't have done that. He went too far with that. Okay, he went too far with that. But other than that, I'm fine with everything Ignacio did.
Also, too, I got this poll running over here. Which is Jason Tatum, small forward or power forward? And it seems like 68% of you guys believe that Jason Tatum is indeed a small forward. Mars, looks like you're cooked, buddy.
Probably think KD's a small forward too. I mean, it's cool. It could just be wrong.
Imagine that KD playing the 3. Holy shit!
Yeah, like it's like as if it's 2014.
Even though he played the 3 for the last, I don't know, 14, 15 years of his career. Now,
he hasn't played the 3 since he tore his Achilles.
He gets moved over. I'm sorry, and he tore his Achilles in 19, which was in what?
Yeah, so the last 5 years of his career, he hasn't played the 3.
Well, 1 year he didn't play. Don't forget.
Okay,
don't count that year. He didn't play that year.
21, 4, 22, 4, 23, 4. This year, 4. Guess what? Next year, 4. He's going to be a 4 for the rest of his career.
So he's been in the league. So he's been in the league for 17 years. 13 of them 17 years he played the 3.
Yeah, he was a 3 before. He used to be a 3. Now he's a 4.
And Tim Duncan played the 5.
The same way James Harden used to be a 2. Now he's a point guard.
And Tim Duncan played the 5 for 9 years. Tim Duncan is not a 5. He's 4-man.
He was a 5 in 2015. He was a 5 in
2014. He was a 5 in 2013.
He was a 5.
But he's still a 4 though, Mars.
When you rank KD all the time, rank him as a 3. I don't care.
Right
now, he plays the 4. That's what I'm telling you. Right now, Kevin Durant is a 4. Jason Tatum right now is a 4. If you want to say when you rank Jason Tatum all time, you're going to put him in the Carmelo Anthony, Larry Bird, KD tier, or small forwards, I don't care. I'm saying right now, he is a 4. Right now, Kevin Durant is a 4. Right now, James Harden is a point guard.
But let me ask you this, Mark.
Right now, that's where they play.
So let me ask you this: what's the responsibility of the 4-man today?
You just play the 4. I think there's no positional responsibility. You just play where you.
So you just listed as a 4-man.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And this is the problem that I'm having, Mars.
The game's changed, Joe. I don't know what to tell you.
I know that.
Jokic is out there being a point guard as a center,
but still doing 5-man stuff, though, Mars. He's still doing 5-man things, even though he is.
Russell Westbrook was out there getting 10 rebounds a game as a point guard.
Right?
They just be doing anything now. It is what it is.
Oh my god.
You play where you play. There's no if you're the point guard, you got to do this, or if you're the 2 guard, you got to do this.
You still do 2 guard
stuff.
You play the 2. You still do league guard stuff. That doesn't mean that just because you do more, that doesn't relinquish you from your actual job.
Well, yeah, so you don't think Steph Curry's a point guard. So
I do not. No,
exactly. That's why we disagree. Right. We just fundamentally disagree. Your position is where you're listed, in my opinion. I don't care about the responsibilities or whatever. If you want to say who's a true 3, sure. Jason Tatum plays like a true 3, I guess. He plays the 4. Anthony Davis plays the 5. I think he should be a 4, but he plays the 5. So Anthony Davis is a 5.
I just hate this whole positionless thing because it takes away the responsibility of what you're supposed to be doing. That's all.
Yeah, what you're supposed to do is help the team win games.
Chill, I get you though. Like I like the traditional positions where it was like, okay, your point guard's supposed to distribute, your shooting guard's supposed to score, your small forward's supposed to do a little bit of rebounding, a lot of defense, and scoring as well a little bit. Power forward's supposed to be rough and rugged, post up. You're supposed to be a little more agile and still be a dirty work guy. You're just not as big as the center. The center's supposed to anchor the defense, block shots, rebound, set screens and stuff like that. But in the grand scheme of things, though, like you can't deny that it's not better for the game for everybody to be able to do everything.
I can deny that, Ron, and the reason why I can deny that, here's why I can deny that. I can deny that because now let me rewind. I don't have a problem with you being multi-purpose. In fact, the more things you can do, the more that helps the unit. I won't argue that part. But we do have specific jobs. And I'm not, and to Mars's point about the game is changing. Mars, I'm not that 80-year-old dude that's walking around here going, Bob Cousy, the best point guard the NBA's ever seen. Hell no, I'm not that guy.
You just say it for Magic Johnson.
No, I'm not. But here's the difference, Mars.
Well, that's true, though, Mars.
Here's the difference, Mars.
Never said it wasn't.
Here's the difference. The difference, Mars, is Magic Johnson retired 30 years ago. Magic Johnson did not retire 60 years ago. I'm not going to be 20 years from now when Magic is 50 years removed from the league going, I ain't never seen nobody better than Magic Johnson. Are you telling me in 50 years you ain't seen a league guard better than Magic Johnson? Are you telling me in 50 years you haven't seen a 5-man better than this guy? You telling me in 50 years
You're 50 years removed from Wilt and you have him 4 all time?
Exactly, because you know why? There was somebody who came ahead of him. Because somebody came ahead of him.
Well, Kareem?
Yeah.
Who we're 40 years removed from?
Right. And then there was somebody else like that. The point, Mars, the point is that when you have a bunch of guys who do a lot of things, we have a tendency to get mixed up in what we're actually doing. There's a bunch of us up here that do a lot of stuff. Once we get our roles defined, how much better are we? Ron is the district. Okay, Ron, you're gonna do this. Bama, you're gonna do this. Okay, Ox, you're gonna do this. Mars, you're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. As opposed to we all do a bunch of things. So now we bumping into each other and we're running into
roles. I agree. Everyone has roles. It's just not everyone has a role. Jason Tatum's role on the Celtics is very well defined. Like we understand his role. We understand Jaylen Brown's role. We understand Drew Holiday's role. It's just not. That's not the role that every point guard has or every two guard has. It's dependent on the team and the roster. Zion is a power forward. His role is different to Draymond Green, who's also a power forward. It's not about the position. It's about your skill set and how can we best utilize you. The position is irrelevant. Your role, I don't care about positions at all. I think archetypes is how we should be doing things. I think player archetype, like Luka compares more to like, if I were to compare Luka and LeBron and these like wings compare more favorably to each other than they do to John Stockton, who's a point guard. Like I don't think you should compare players within position. You should compare them within their role. Steph Curry compares more to Reggie Miller than he does to John Stockton. We agree, right?
I do. I do agree.
Like I think you should just compare players within their role. Kobe and Mike and like Brandon Roy and Tracy McGrady are all in a similar archetype, so you can compare them within that archetype. And then like Dirk Nowitzki is in a separate archetype. He doesn't compare to any fours. No fours really play like
Dirk. He doesn't compare them alone. He doesn't
like that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's about archetype, not about position. I think position is like cool. I just whatever your listed position is your position, but I don't really care about that. It's about your role on the team, which isn't position based, in my opinion.
I think that's a fair point. But that's a fair point, sure.
Super chat from the legendary and annoying and ungoofy, very ungoofy, James B. He said L. Ronald, L. Ox, L. Tyler T, L. Brax, L. Adam West, L. Detroit haters. It's funny to me that old man that was marching with Dr. King is all of a sudden a player fan instead of a team fan. Dub Bad Boy Pistons, Dub 04.
The old man that was marching with Dr. King? Are you serious?
That's crazy.
You're talking about me. You'd be lucky to live as long as I do, brother. You'll be lucky to see what I've seen in my lifetime, young fella. You'll be lucky if you did what I did in my lifetime. Talking about me being old. I'm probably the same age as your father. He might be even older than me. Oof. You talk to your father like that?
Oof. Yeah, I mean, I would love to be like, see what Cho's seen. He went from horse and carriage to getting to the moon to internet. Like, you know how crazy it is to see all of those things? Like, I would have loved to see that. But I can only look it up on the internet.
It's interesting. I think it's interesting that Mars says stuff like that. Like, think about that for a second. Like horse and carriage. That's like the 1800s. Yo, I look good for a 250.
Yeah, like you like imagine being able to see all of that.
I look
that's
damn
crazy.
good for a dude that's 155 years old, B. Let me tell you.
That's amazing. I would love
I look damn good for that. So give me a break.
Yo, Mark, the internet boom was crazy.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I was just born and boom.
I mean, the internet and cell phones, like the way the 90s was crazy. Mars.
Bama, I think this is a good time for us to get your top 10 goofies in the chat.
Man,
We're going from 10 to 1.
10 is crazy.
We're going from 10 to 1.
It don't necessarily got to be in order. I know you might not have it in order. I mean, if you don't got yours, I got mine.
Oh my God.
I know. Look, of course, one got to be James.
James over Buddy?
Yeah, but they interchangeable. They interchangeable because look, for me, they Kobe and Jordan. It's like you can interchange them if you want to.
Matter of fact, James
with my logic,
that's what the B stands for. James Bill Russell. James Bill.
All right. Then you got Buddy, or Buddy can be 1. Buddy 1, James 2.
There we go.
Then Brax.
Brax 3?
No, Tank. I gotta go Tank.
Chill on my OKC fans. What we doing? Why are we chill on my OKC
then
fans?
Brax.
Brax going through it right now in the chat too.
I know.
Bad allegations.
Let me see. It'll either be between Scambo or Toast.
Scambo.
Hey, whatever happened to Jimmy Two Shoes?
He kind of like disappeared, didn't he?
It's a few. All right, so I'll probably go Lambo at 5.
Okay.
6, Toast, D9, FIFA.
Shut up, people.
Hunter about to get snubbed. This is crazy.
No. I was about to say Lancho, but it's a few, bro. You got Lancho and you got Allen L. You feel me?
Okay, Allen L getting mentioned. Hey, shout out to the other Allen L in the chat. If you're in the group chat, you know it's 2 Allen L's. All right, it's the real Allen L, and then
there's only one Allen L, bro. Only one Allen L. Put some respect on my arch nemesis, man.
Nah, and then you got Adam West too, bro. It's a few, bro. Like it's elite, bro. Like it's really a game.
So the chat goes crazy, bro. I don't think there's any chat. I don't think there's any chat.
I tell folks that
YouTube that can compete with our chat, bro. Our chat gonna come.
Bro,
shout out my man Duke too. I got a shout out Duke. Also too, hey Tyler T, you want to come up? You might be getting Rookie of the Year. I ain't gonna lie to you. Tyler T, you may be in Rookie of the Year contention. And last but not least, he hasn't been around for a little bit. I'm assuming he might, since he's not in PC jail, he might be in jail in real life. But shout out my man Y8MS.
Yeah,
for real. Hey, for real.
Shit, speaking of real jail though, man, y'all be safe out there this weekend, man. It's Labor Day. What is it? What's Memorial Day or Labor Day? Memorial Day. Yeah. Look, man. Hey, be smooth tonight. Look. You get locked up, you're not gonna see the judge till Tuesday. So y'all be cool out there today, man. Have fun and don't drink and drive. You know what I'm saying? Be safe.
Facts, Ox. Ladarius said, Ron, you better be careful how you talk to Ox before you choke your ass out again. Laughing my ass off.
Chill, Ox. Hey, we ain't done yet. Chill, Ox. Chill out, yo. We ain't done yet. We almost done. When we finish, get him. Get him 100%.
Chill. Don't.
100%. When we done here,
don't do this.
Yes, when we done here,
heart beating right now. Heart beating right now. Boom, boom.
We ain't done yet.
Dream down.
Let us finish. Let us finish what we gotta do first. After we done, get them. Yes, I'm advocating violence. 100% I am.
Dark sent me a super chat. I think Dark sent a super chat because it's so bright over here. I don't know why, but he sent the super chat and he said 2013 All NBA First Team versus 2024 All NBA First Team.
That's a terrible comparison. It is. Kobe in 2013 and Tim Duncan in 2013 against this year's first team All NBA.
So you got Chris Paul, Kobe, LeBron, KD, Duncan,
right?
Versus Shea, Luka, Jokic, Giannis, Tatum.
Okay, and Duncan is in. I think he's in year 18, something like that. Bryant is in year 16. That's right before the Achilles.
That's the year he tore his Achilles. Yeah,
that's the year he tore up the Achilles. So no.
This year clears. I don't know what to tell you. This year clears, man.
I don't like
Kobe averaged 27 that year still. Mm-hmm. Tim Duncan won a championship that year, didn't he? If not,
they lost. They lost in Game 7. They lost in Game 7. Well, I mean, but that's you got peak LeBron. You got Kobe, still one of the 5 best players in the world. KD, one of the 5 best players in the world.
Scoring title, KD, right? You got a scoring title that year.
Carmelo might have won it that year.
And 13, Carmelo Anthony won it.
Yeah, but KD was definitely second. Yeah. And then Duncan he's cool. He's alright, solid player. And then Chris Paul, he's all right. He's decent.
I just think that them dudes are older, running up against guys in their primes. Like Joker's in his prime, Giannis is in his prime. I feel like SGA is entering his prime. Jason Tatum is entering his prime. So these guys are already like Tim Duncan is past his prime. Brian is past his prime. He's still awesome, but he's not what he used to be. He's starting to break down at that point.
Sure. So you think Tim Duncan at that point wouldn't be able to keep up with Jokic? I'm not saying dominate him or anything like that. You don't think he got anything for Jokic?
Yeah, Jokic slow.
Well, hey, Nas Reed got something for him.
Jokic lost 35 pounds for a reason. So him losing 35, I don't think that he'd run Duncan off the court. I'm not saying that, but I feel more confident with a younger Duncan than I do with Duncan from 2013.
Who you like? And I'm just doing matchups. I'm just cross matching.
Yeah.
Chris Paul and SGA. Who you like right there? That Chris Paul versus SGA.
2013. That's 7 year. That's Chris Paul and his. I'm taking Chris Paul over SGA.
Chris Paul is cooking SGA.
Yeah, you hate Chris Paul, so that's
yeah. I'm taking Chris Paul in that matchup.
Paul going crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, Mars, what that means is it's players that I don't like that are filthy. Like, I mean, I'm
Chris
not
Paul
hating on the skill set.
Yeah,
to the playoffs.
I'll take Chris Paul over him.
Kobe 2013, Luka right now. What does that matchup look like?
I think Kobe as a defender, he'll give Luka everything that he's looking for. Damn, that's gonna be a hard one, man.
2013, Kobe was still dope.
Yeah, he was still awesome at 34 years. At 34 years old,
was frying that year. I remember that year. That's the year where.
That's why he tore his Achilles, because he broke down because he was carrying that Laker team. That's what happened.
Was the year I thought Kobe
I'm
was
taking
done
Bryant.
that year.
I'm taking Bryant over Luka.
Yeah. So year 17 Kobe is better than.
I'm taking Bryant over Luka.
Hey, that's longevity right there. Year 17 Kobe.
That's how you stand on business right there.
That's year 16. I'm taking Bryant over.
Year 16 Kobe over current Luka. Longevity. You see that?
I'm taking Bryant over Luka. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
All right, and then what will be the next? Okay, chill. And I need an honest answer too.
Mm-hmm.
We got KD in 2013 and JT today.
Oh, come
on.
I'm taking KD. I'll take KD.
That KD.
And you dudes know I'm a Jason Tatum guy, but 2013 KD and Jason Tatum today, nah. I don't think Jason Tatum would tell you that he wanted anything to do with 2013 KD.
Facts. Obviously, he's not the GOAT or nothing like that, but that person in KD might be like one of the best basketball players I really watched play basketball. Bro, KD was so nasty.
When KD was one of the quickest players in the league and he was 7 feet.
Oh,
good.
Blowing by guys and throwing it over him. Yeah, I'm good.
That shit was scary for real.
It really was, because it's like I'm doing all of this. I'm 7 feet. I can handle. Then on top of that, I am a sniper. Like, I don't even need no dribbles to beat you from 30 feet out. I just shoot over you all game.
I mean, but you used to stop on a dime and pull deep threes though. Really coming back. Like, what you supposed to do with that? I would have been pissed. Yo, boys, I would have been cussing everybody out. Don't talk to me, don't look at me, bro. Don't say shit to me, man. You see who I'm guarding right now? Oh, I'd have been pissed.
Fanatic said all these NBA voters are out of pocket. There's no way soccer analyst is out here voting Sabonis first on the All NBA team and first on all.
He was a soccer analyst. How he get an MVP vote and he a soccer analyst?
They reached out to me, but I said nah, I'm not interested.
You gonna pass, Mars? You good?
Yeah. So they reached out to me. I was like, nah, I'm not interested. So they just went to the next best football analyst. Like, that's what really happened.
Mark, I'm glad you had some dignity, because we didn't really want to see Thangoon get MVP votes just yet.
Jaylen Green, first team All NBA for sure. He played late too. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, nephew, 100% we would have saw Jaylen Green get a first place vote on the All NBA team. 100%.
Oh, for sure. Now I'm like, if we ever like grew our platform to the point where they actually offered like us votes, I'm saying no. I don't want to vote. NBA I don't want to spend my time doing that. Okay.
Mars, here's my thing. You troll us up here in the panel. You troll all 2,500 people that be in here, and you troll everybody on the TikTok. I'm not saying you do it all the time, but from time to time, you get some good trolls in. Mars, wouldn't it be amazing just to troll the NBA one good time? Just one good time. I'm not saying do it every year, but maybe like your 5th year in, just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let the NBA have it. That wouldn't be fun.
Well, the Johnny Davis All NBA vote. I mean,
yeah.
Yo, it's crazy though, because like I definitely I'm with Mars. Now that I think on it, I'm with Mars. I would definitely say no, because seeing how all these dudes got their panties in a bunch in the chat, how upset they are. They clearly need some Midol. You know what I'm saying? It's that time of the month. They're so upset. I know that I would for sure be getting death threats if I got it.
Yeah, for sure. There's people sending death threats that Luka didn't get unanimous first team because someone put him on third team. Whatever. Like I'm not dealing with that. I can't be bothered. So yeah, it's not worth it to me. I'm gonna have my own anonymous top 15 guys in the league. I don't need the.
Wouldn't it have been if Giannis was first team all league unanimous this year? I think it would have been like the 5th straight year that he was unanimous.
First team. I remember last year they said it was like 4 or 5 straight.
Yeah,
that was,
it would have been the 5th.
He's made 6
and those sending money to hate on Doris Burke because Giannis didn't get first team.
Right.
Like, this is just crazy, bro.
Yeah, like people care about this way too much, in my opinion. Like, it doesn't affect your pockets. Like, I don't get why you guys care.
You voted for Sabonis. Man, shut up.
I just find that hilarious. Like, he was committed to giving Sabonis love, and I respect it
because he deserved it. Y'all, if you watch what DeMontis Sabonis did this year, not the defensive player of the year, that was crazy. That was crazy.
We ain't doing that.
That was crazy. Even for me, I'm like, you went too far, bro. But other than that, though, like DeMontis deserved it. It's just because he got a purple jersey in him. Simple as that.
What's up, Ron?
Bama, I know you live in the Northern California area. I know you're fairly close to Sacramento. Do you personally know Ignacio? Have you seen him around the city? Nah.
If you ever run into him, buy him a beer for me.
He hides somewhere up in the redwoods. Man, shout out to Ignacio, man. He's somewhere in Northern California living his best.
Yeah, he probably is chilling out here at a rodeo.
All right, so speaking of people sending in money to hate, I got a super chat from Alan L. He says, shout out to Jaylen Brown, who's probably been our best player. I'm done hating on him. L Ox, L Dub, and the Mavs up 2-0 after tonight, little bro.
Sheesh.
Who's little bro?
Eat a duck.
Damn.
All right.
But I do like that you finally enlightened your mind and realize how dope Jaylen Brown is. Good job, Alan.
I mean, Jaylen Brown, not Devin Brown. He used to play for the Spurs. Ox loved them rotation dudes, yo. Ox loved them. Did I say Devin Brown? 100% said Devin Brown. Ox loved them rotation dudes, boy. I can dig it.
Devin Brown was alright though. Devin Brown was
because I love him too. I do. I love them rotation dudes too. No doubt.
Mully77 said, I declare today National Ron Appreciation Day.
Hell no.
Dub host.
Hell no.
From the start.
Hell
That's
no.
worse than Ignacio's glaze.
Hell no.
That's worse than Ignacio's glaze. That's worse than Ignacio's glaze. That's crazy.
Boo that man.
Y'all welcome.
That freaky football, yo. Hell no. L host.
Hell no.
That's insane.
Y'all welcome, man. Hey, National Ron Appreciation Day. Hey, it's 5/24, man. Y'all put that on your calendar.
That's some of the worst glaze I've ever seen.
Terrible.
Mars. You got somebody that comes in with their name, Mars Glazer.
They're valid.
But he deserves it.
Valid.
Yeah, they're valid. They can't say you've been carrying. That's just a lie.
Right.
No Diddy. No Diddy. Mars is glazing. Not so much.
Yeah. That is not valid.
Accurate.
You be in the national.
See, look at Mars Glazer in the chat saying facts. Exactly.
W host. No, not wrong.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Shout out to Mars Glazer, man. Shout out to Mars Glazer.
Trash.
Speaking of which, I want to shout out to Tyler T. He just simply had to say, the Goofies clear. If I get nominated as the Rookie of the Year, it would be an honor, yo. Shout out to James B for teaching me a new perspective. Absolutely, B.
Speaking of Rookie of the Year, you see Kendrick Perkins ain't put Brandon Miller on any rookie team?
That's crazy.
That's why I'm meant to respect the vote.
Very, very, very much so like how Mark
any rookie team?
I don't think he put him on any rookie team.
Is there any case for that? Because
it was him or Rick Bucher or whatever his name is. One of them didn't put him on either one.
It was a good 12 to 15 rookies this year. Look, Mars. I don't agree.
Ron, this is what we talking about when you start this goofy stuff.
I don't agree, but I do want to say it was a good 12 to 15.
You're not arguing.
Hey, relax.
You're not arguing 10 over Brandon Miller.
Name. I was about to say wrong name.
I can't name him, and I won't name him because Brandon Miller deserved first team.
Unanimously, he deserved it.
And you see this jersey right here, Ron?
First
On the Alabama crash out. Tread lightly.
1,000%.
Tread lightly.
Wemby, Chet,
tread lightly.
You better get on them tiptoes a little bit more.
You see that game back there, Bama-opoly. You see
it. Well, Chet's not
play.
Yeah, but like because he counts.
And we talking about glazing, but we're talking about Bama.
I don't understand someone not picking Chet out of principle. Like I don't understand that. If they're like,
I
don't view him as a rookie, so I'm not gonna pick him. But Brandon Miller's ridiculous. Like, there's no argument to leave him off the top 10, like at all.
Very similar to Mark Jackson. I vote for Joker for league MVP.
I mean, but who had a better season? Who had a better season all around? You know what I'm saying? Not because Brandon Miller really came on real tough, like at the end of the season specifically. But Jaime Jaquez started off very hot. So who had a better season, Jaime Jaquez or Brandon Miller?
I think Brandon Miller.
Okay.
I think Brandon Miller was better and is better than Jaime, but I think Jaime obviously started the season stronger. I think it's unfortunate Jaime got hurt. I just don't think he looked. I don't think he looked the same after he got hurt. It's unfortunate.
And you know how that goes too. So Jaime playing for the Heat, people will see it as he's playing productive minutes. He's playing minutes that actually matter. And Brandon Ingram's just putting up empty stats in Charlotte.
Brandon Miller.
Yeah, Brandon Miller, my bad. But just putting up empty stats, and you know what, and then also too, we see Jaime on TV. They're playing on TNT, they're playing on ESPN, they're playing on ABC. So you know how that kind of goes as well. But shout out to both of them. They both balled out this year. Shout out the whole rookie class. Y'all really showed up and showed out. I enjoyed watching you guys this year.
Shout out to Derek Lively, still playing as a rookie. Shout out to him. I'm Ben Shepherd for the Pacers, but Derek Lively.
Getting meaningful minutes in the playoffs as a rookie. Sure.
Not the Ben I would love to be out there or would prefer to be out there, but this Ben's
Matherin. Okay.
Man. Darren Foss said, praise Jaylen Brown without tearing down Jason Tatum. Challenge.
Good luck.
I think we did okay, except Swiper. Swiper's a hater, but everyone else, I think it was all right.
I mean, I did say bum, but I use that. That word flies around. You know what I'm saying? When I say bum,
I just ignore when you say that. Now, like,
I don't mean like he's terrible. That just means he did some.
Called Luka a bum. He called Luka a bum.
Last year, not this season, but last year, Luka and Joel were 100% bums.
He called Joel gonna be the bum. He's 100%
bums. 100%.
I'm losing my mind right now. He said that.
Well, it looks like that last super chat is not going to be long-lived because Hesky Time sent through a super chat saying it must be so fun being Tatum. Brown guards the best players, wins both games, and Tatum gets all the credit. Hashtag free Jaylen Brown. Magic and Kings, a nice fit.
Where are you when you say Tatum gets all the credit? Like I don't know what circles you guys be in. Like I don't be seeing Tatum getting all the credit. Everywhere I look is Tatum getting hate. Like so I don't know where you see these things. But shout out to Jaylen Brown. He is super. Like 1,000%.
You saw the end of that super chat, right, Chim?
Magic and the Kings.
See, that's what he was supposed to be. He was supposed to be buying a house in Granite Bay. He was supposed to be there already.
Is he better than Harrison Barnes, though?
Oh, damn.
Mars, are you drunk?
Mars is not drunk. It is Friday.
Sorry for trying to show love to an NBA champion. My bad.
Y'all know I love
the starter, by the way, Mars. Not just the NBA champion.
On a championship team.
I started on that team. I wasn't just like a rotation or ninth guy. No.
I love Harrison Barnes, bro.
Top 10 pick. Went 7th, I think.
Well, I mean, rightfully so. Y'all see him around North Carolina. Did you see him around North Carolina, Mars?
Mm-hmm.
Not at the time, no. I went back and to see if his pick was justified. I think it was justified.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was justified. I think he was a better scorer than I thought for his worth. I know he was. Yeah, he had a little to him, a little bit.
The consensus on him coming out of college, the first year was that he was ready, and he was smart enough to know that I'm not ready, and he went back to school, and then he came out the next year, and I knew he was ready then.
Mm-hmm. Taquay White said, "Is Derek White the Michael Jordan of Derek Fisher's?"
Derek Fisher?
No, he better than him.
No, Derek White just the Michael Jordan of Michael Jordans. That's what he is.
Oh man, shout out to Fish Sticks though, man.
Derek White, the best board player I ever seen.
Troller.
What about Charlie Dillon?
Give me Derek White, man. Give me Derek White.
Mars clearly forgot about Charlie Dillon. So
that's my troll for the week. It's Friday. Like, when else was I going to use it? We've got 15 minutes left.
Alan L said, Ignacio, aka Lil Ox Bob. I'm familiar with your game, Unc. You are slick.
You out here throwing out aliases? Is that what you're trying to do?
Fire alias. Ignacio, I don't know where you pulled that out, but hey.
We found him. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. There you go, right here. He's right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Right here. That's Ignacio right here.
That's what it sounds like, Bama. He's right here. Here you go.
La Flame with the super chat. He said the Celtics are 10-2. Blow these dudes out by 20 yesterday. Are 6 wins from winning it all. And people like Swiper still want to hate on Tatum. Dub, chill.
Right, they about to win a chip, and it's just gonna be like, oh, this is Jason Tatum, that guy. Like, whatever, man, I don't care. Shout out to Boston.
Is it not, Mars? And even though you're saying that, it sounds crazy as hell coming out your mouth, but that's gonna be the consensus. Like, well, you know, everybody was hurt, or blah 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 blah. You know how hard it is to win.
They no matter what, like Boston, especially Jason Tatum, they're gonna get hate. Like, they lose, they're getting killed. They win. Cakewalk.
He was on a bomb squad. He was on a bomb
whatever, like, it is what it is. Like, Jaylen Brown's probably going to win conference finals MVP the way it's looking. They're going to crucify Jason Tatum for that. If he doesn't win finals MVP, he's going to get double crucified. If he wins the finals MVP, they're still not going to give him the respect. So, like, who cares? Shout out to Jason Tatum. Just go play your game, man.
Hey, what's the finals MVP award again? I know the Eastern Conference is Larry Bird. What's finals?
Magic and the Russ. Oh, the finals MVP.
Is he going to be the first Celtic to bring back both the Larry Bird, legendary Celtic, and the Bill Russell, legendary Celtic?
Oh, yeah. He'd be the first one with both, yeah.
Jaylen Brown's getting that Eastern Conference. Jaylen Brown's getting that.
Man. Hey, but hold on, though. Let's not do that. Like it's been 2 games.
Right.
Oh, there's only 2 more games left to play.
It can still be Pascal Siakam. It can still be Pascal Siakam.
But Ox, he did go 36-12 in game 1. So it wasn't like he was garbage in game 1.
Good-ass first game.
Well, I'm not denying
good
it.
What
I'm saying is that I'm projecting that Jaylen Brown's going to play better than him for the rest of the game. The rest of the 2 games that are left.
Why do you think players are going to play better, Ox?
Because I think he's better than him.
When I say that, just remember my answer, because I think he's better than that.
No, Ron, because what you'll do is you'll be like, oh, well, he did this year. But by year 5, he's going to average. Why?
You just did that. You said he did this in game 2. So in game 3 and game 4, I expect him to be better over the next 2 days.
That's a game-to-game thing. We've seen who Jaylen Brown is. You talk about rookies like you know what they're going to do in season 4, bro. I'm talking game-to-game. You're talking season to season. You don't know how good these kids are going to be.
With that being said, Ox,
completely different thing.
The point I'm trying to make is
the
point. I'm talking about this series right now. The point I'm trying to make is Jaylen Brown disappears from game to game 2. He could just not show up.
You fight that out?
Yes, I fight that. I fight 100%. Absolutely.
You tripping.
Absolutely.
Ignacio.
Yeah.
Wake up, Ignacio.
No.
100%.
To Ignacio.
So what y'all saying? So who falls asleep more, Jaylen or Jackson? Thank you.
I'd hope they both get their 6 to 8 hours. Hopefully.
Quiet.
You really gonna need 4.5.
Zip it up, Mars. Quiet.
4.5.
Yeah, really.
I need like.
And actually, Mars, it's actually better for you to sleep like 4.5 and then take like an hour and a half nap around like later.
You gotta get a nap.
Yo, Bama. Bama, you got to bounce.
Yeah, I gotta bounce to PT, y'all. So I'm out.
All right,
later, nephew.
All right, peace out.
Peace out, y'all. Hard, man. Go hard in there, PT, man.
Yeah, bro. I'm 95% back, dog. I'm almost there, bro. 1 more month, bro. I'll be there.
That's what's up.
Man. I might come down there and get hopping that 3-on-3, man. I see you.
Bama coming back before Lonzo Ball. Love to see it.
Wow, Mars. I don't think that was necessary.
Alan L with the super chat. He said, didn't Ticket think the Lakers shouldn't have benched D'Lo last year versus Denver because he could have lost his confidence?
No, that was me. I said that. I was the one who said that you could risk losing him if you bench him. Ticket, in fact, was advocating benching him.
That Rick Carlisle thing was funny. I just watched Ticket try and tear down his legacy so we could slander him, but then uplift him to say he was top 10. It was amazing what I was watching.
That's why I got confused.
It was hilarious.
Like,
he went from saying he's only won 1 ring in 20 years and he hasn't got out the first round to then saying he's a top 10 coach because the 2011 run was crazy. I was like, nice. It was amazing. It was arguing both sides. It was
hey, that's that Mr. Krabs meme.
it was I loved it. I loved it. It was amazing.
The Tribe won with the interesting question. He said, what's worse, having a better team and losing when up 3-1 3 times, or having a lesser team and getting swept 3 times? Giannis better, agenda push. What's worse, y'all?
I'd rather lose a 3-1 lead than get swept, personally.
I'd rather just go on vacation and not play.
I mean, yeah, if you tell me I'm going to lose regardless, I mean, yeah, I guess I'd rather lose in the least.
I'm out of here, man. It's sunburst season. I'm gone. See ya.
Yeah, I would for sure rather be the lesser team and get swept. Yo, if you're the better team and you give up a 3-1 lead 3 times,
well, then at what point do we realize you're just not the better team? Like, let's be honest. At what point is it like, okay, maybe you're not the better team?
A super chat from this person said, if it's Tatum, Swiper can't even let it slide. And then talking about 2 wrongs don't make it a right. When they say, keep that energy for Jokic.
Well, yeah, Swiper just hates Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid. He hates the Eastern Conference. I'm not going to lie. Swiper got a beef with the Eastern Conference. That's what I've like. The more I've like listened to him, he just don't like the East. That's really what it is. He hates Giannis. He hates Embiid. He be hating on Jason Tatum. Like, he just don't like the East.
Jaylen King said, do people not feel that young players need to learn how to condition their bodies for these long playoff runs? They never had to play that many games before.
You young, you think you could run forever. You 22 years old. Ox, you know about this. Ron, you know about this. You feel like you can eat whatever you want. You feel like you can stay up all night. You don't know about getting rest. You don't know about taking care of your body because you think you're going to feel like that forever. When in reality, no, you don't know about icing and keeping your body fresh. No, you don't know about none of that stuff. I'm 22. I'm stronger than you don't care about
getting in that weight room. Like, young players don't understand that weight room is the key to being able to be durable for the whole season.
And now you stand up, knees crack. So.
Yo, it's crazy. Like to really think, you know what I'm saying? Before the age of like 27, I never stretched. Like, I'm not stretching, not warming up. Just give me the ball. I'm going. You know,
just
like
getting out there.
Yeah. But now you get into your 30s, you're like, okay, you know, you can still active, but like, yeah, I definitely got to stretch when I go home. You know, when I wake up. You know what I mean? Just to try to stay fresh.
I'm about to jump off the panel and stretch immediately because a buster might get to talking to me crazy in the court today, and I might have to do it bad.
Especially one of them high school kids.
The way them boys was doing you yesterday.
I was just about to say, one of them 16-year-olds. You better get up out of here.
Hey, I seen it. Chill. Hey, chill. I ain't know I still had that in my cash.
Still got that bounce.
Mm-hmm. Christopher D said, who has the better Eastern Conference run? Hawks in 21 or Pacers this year? Who was the better player thoroughly or throughout that run? Halliburton or Ice Tray?
I think it was Trae Young. Halliburton he's been hobbled the majority of the season, so we really haven't seen him healthy. Now, it is a little bit misleading with what's going on with that 21 season, because if Giannis doesn't get hurt, I think they smoke them dudes. I don't think I think
did Giannis let both of them off the hook?
Yeah. He got hurt. If he didn't get
man, if Trae doesn't get hurt, the Hawks going to the finals. That's if he don't fall on that ref, going to the finals. So probably win the ring too. Who cares about the Suns? Probably win.
Can you imagine we talking about the Atlanta Hawks being the NBA champs?
That'd be amazing.
Unbelievable. So, but to answer the question, I think it was Trae Young and
Philly ain't used to the Pacers, so I'll give them more credit.
Irda said, Swiper's growing on me.
Like a war.
Yeah. In fact, I'm not going to lie. I really like Swiper.
I dick swiper too. I'm just I dick swiper. Swiper know the game. Word for real.
At least it's two.
Well, I don't know about all that. I don't know if he knows ball, but I like him.
No, I dick swiper.
I hate him.
You know who grew on me crazy? It's this dude up here. This dude
that's valid. Now that's valid.
Yeah. Like on those Mondays, those Wednesdays and Sundays, I just around. I don't know about Mars. Like I'm not sure. Came over to the panel. I'm like, yo, no, Mars. That's the dude right there. I'm triple. For real.
I mean, I grew up. You gotta remember, I first came on the show. I was like 12. I'm now like a whole 15-year-old. So like, I'm wiser. I've seen more things.
You got your driver's license now, Mars. You got your driver's license now. Like you can get
working towards it. Like we grown now. So like,
all right.
Don't hold me to 2022 standards. I was a preteen. It's like we've grown up. So, yeah,
Yo, chill. You know who I can't stand?
Ticket.
Is that dude above you?
Oh, I know you can't stand him. I already know what time it is with him. I'm like I said, I already know. Like as soon as we get off this, bro, you better watch out because he's coming for you. So you better watch out.
Hey, I got some high schoolers for you. Don't trip. Another super chat from this person said, if individuals can make first team all NBA because of their stats, Bradley Beal should have made it that year. These stat fanboys are taking over everything.
I don't think you know Bradley Beal's stats because they weren't better than Steph or Lucas. Like, I'm just gonna put it out there. He didn't have better stats than them. So even based on the stats, he still wouldn't have made first team. Shout out to you.
There you go. Gunny Elneck said, why couldn't she just uplift Brunson instead of trying to remove Giannis? Also, you just hated on all NBA positions, but you want to bring up another PG. Chill.
What? I didn't hate on all positions. I actually bigged up all the positions. That's why I'm not feeling this whole positionless thing. So that's not true. And your agenda is you just want Giannis to be unanimous all league again.
Got him, Gunny. Cultured Saunders said, does Brax have the Diddy blueprint, aka the Diddy archetype, Hall of Fame Diddy 99 overall?
What was going on in the chat for that to be a super?
I don't know.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Brax 99 overall.
It got wild, Joe. It got wild.
The realest Mar said Tatum is soft, cheesecake soft.
Find out then. In the words of Jay-Z, think Jay soft, rip Jay off.
Mad Max Sports Talk said Doc did everything Ticket talking about. The Tribe One said the Holy Host, Dub Ron.
Oh, garbage. Trash.
It is
Trash.
National Ron Host Appreciation
Garbage.
Day, so you know. Hey, send through your love. Say, hey, shower me with your love, y'all.
Trash. Garbage. Is this going to start with L's? Real quick. Yes or no, Mars? Okay, I just want to make sure. I was wondering if anything might have changed. That's all. Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
D-Nut chill. It might change over the weekend. You know, maybe Monday. Maybe Monday. Hey, Mars, you just said you changed over the last few years. You know, might change.
Yeah, I changed and realized that yes, it is.
That's one of the things you changed and realized.
Yeah,
okay, I guess.
I'm smarter now. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm locked in. I see what's going on right now. So yeah, it's not changing back.
D9 said, happy Friday, chat and panel. Have a blessed weekend.
Thank you. It's my birthday this weekend. Yeah.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
Mars actually isn't lying this time. It is.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought Mars' birthday really wasn't made up.
It is April. It's my birthday. No, Swiper said happy birthday, and I said thank you. My birthday's Sunday, man.
This is the scumbag that I'm talking about. When I talk about Mars being a scumbag, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. This dude is a fucking scumbag.
Swiper, the one who said happy birthday. Get mad at him. I just said thank you.
Mars is scum. 100%.
When I come back on Monday, I got gray beards and everything. You realize
in 2 more months, when it's July, and Mars says my birthday is next week. I'm supposed to believe that? Mars, you are a
See what you did, Mars? We can't even trust you no more.
You're a scum, 100%.
All right. Do whatever you want. I mean, it's my birthday. You know what I'm saying? Birthday.
This guy is scum. 100%.
Kwabe said, can we get a certified doctor on the panel? Do we know what that is related to?
I don't know what that means.
Maybe
when did that super chat come through?
About an hour ago.
No.
Either way it goes, Quabe. If you guys want a certified doctor, just keep saying it and get a certified doctor up here.
Get a certified
host. Maybe that's what Ticket was doing on Tuesday. I thought we was gonna get a physical. Get it.
Get a certified host too.
Yeah, that's
garbage.
Oh, chill, that's right.
I got another super chat from this person said, Ron, we want to hear you talk about Halliburton. Well, the thing about it is,
no, we don't, Ron. No, we do not.
Yeah, you see, they don't want to hear me, so I can't tell you. But appreciate the super chat. Thank you for sending that through. Got a couple more super chats from Jameer Toussaint. He said, Ticket has the comprehension skills of a toddler.
Respect toddlers. Respect toddlers. Now, what are we doing?
Are we in the tank? Are we in the tank?
Jameer also said, All NBA is just a big incentive, but holds no value.
It holds value to their contracts, which is why I think it's stupid. But it does hold value to them.
5/24 National Ron Appreciation Day. Almighty Lambo said Ron is in his bag today. Almost gave him a dub. Almost.
Oh, I know why everyone's doing this. It's because when Ticket wanted to carry on with Rick Carlisle talk, you finally said no. You do your job one time, all of a sudden it's National Ron Appreciation Day.
Hey, man,
See, I always knew if you're bad at your job for long enough, all you gotta do is do solid one time. Everyone acts like you do the most improved.
No, Mark. The first one that said Ron Appreciation, that one was like one of the first super chats.
That guy just chatting. Okay, never mind. That guy just chatting. All right, never mind.
Shout out to the people that's just chatting today. Speaking of somebody that may just be chatting, Mike said in all caps, Ant is better than Luka. Defense is half the game.
I told y'all Mike be spitting with all caps.
Brax said chill is loving this. No Diddy.
Talking about I don't marvel in your misery, Brax. I don't. That's not true. No, I do not, brother. No, I don't. I did say that dude was out, though. I did say that, but I do not marvel in your misery. No, I don't.
5/24 once again is National Host Appreciation Day. Salute to everybody and salute to Eli the Misfit because he said Ron is the #1 Goofy.
That right there. We can have that conversation.
Hey man, I need my trophy. I need my award. We need a ceremony. Harry said, y'all see the West has more All Pros since 1999? Or the most All Pros?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Shout out to the West.
Yeah, better conference.
And last but certainly not least, Tyler T, Rookie of the Year candidate, said, and Jokic better.
Yep.
Even though he's out, you can still make that call.
He's still bad. Yeah, he's still bad.
He's better than Luka. That's what.
All right, y'all. We out of here. Open Gym is next. Tap in there. Like this video on the way out. Like Open Gym on the way in. Also, we got NBA X later today. Tap into J-Rob and Damo. And it looks like Damo's going to be on playback all day because he's also doing the game tonight. The Wolves and the Mavs. Y'all show Damo love all day over there. And
don't show Damo no love. Press him about Jaylen Brown. Is Damo going to be on Open Gym? Because I'm going to need a link.
You need the link?
Coming through there.
Well, I mean, I got the thing, but I don't want to just pop up on y'all show. You know what I'm saying?
Coming through there.
You're more than welcome.
Okay, yeah. I'm
going to get ready for my birthday anyway. Like, I don't even know if I'm going to be there the whole 2 hours. We go to celebration, cake, everything. Like this.
Oh, shout out Mars. Turning up this weekend for his fake birthday. But
now, remember that you're saying that, Ron. So in August, when his birthday is again, okay, and we got birthday cake again, you know what? Hey, fellas. y'all be
a man can't enjoy cake.
Y'all be easy. Take it light.
Merry Christmas.